Yet.
You guys should have been here for the pre-show. I wasn't live. Oh, you missed a little bit of fun there. Second time I've done that over like the last month or so. But hey, Thursday night. Welcome back. Toss on back Thursday. You know what we do. Got Shannon here, so I don't have to do too much because I do have Shannon here, right? So that makes it a little bit easier. Drink some beers, have some fun. Let us know what you guys are drinking as well. Chime in with the comments. We definitely want to hear what you guys are saying or what you guys want to talk about. And that being said, happy Thursday to everyone out there as well. And Shannon already delighted us with what she was drinking already. You want to show them this time so they can actually see it?
They are. If they've been here, they already know what I'm drinking. I'm a creature of habit.
You mix it up. You try different things.
Every once in a while.
Not very often.
Yeah. Not very often.
Yeah.
What do you got, Todd? What are you about to crack open, or did you crack open?
Drinking my last one. Forgot the wrong camera side.
Oh, the Waldo's.
Waldo special.
Very nice. I'll give you a little applause on that one there. It's a nice beer to sit back and enjoy.
How about you?
I am actually going to crack open a few new beers that I got. So
You
I'm going to
get
start
some. I
off.
haven't gone and gotten any new
You
ones
really
for a long
do.
time.
I actually had to go get some for tonight because I just wanted something different than what I actually had downstairs. And just about everything is only one of something for reviews. But actually picked up the Rheingeist Wiffle. I don't know if you've seen this down there as of yet.
Think,
This they're a wit beer.
I don't know if I've seen it, but I know what it is.
Is that a wheat beer?
It is. Wit is wheat. So there you go.
That's what I thought. I thought.
Look at that. Shannon learning. Shannon is learning. I gotta love that.
Sounds good. I like Rheingeist though.
5% ABV, ale with spices, balanced, dry, and effortlessly complex. Wiffle is a refreshing riff on a traditional Belgian wit beer. Airy wheat and bright citrus aromas drift in and give way to a crisp, ardent, breeze-bearing notes of tangerine and subtle spice, breath of fresh air. It says spice-us. I guess spice because it's spice-a. Never knew you could put that together like that on a can, but hey, there you go. Oh, maybe subtle spice, and instead of a comma, they use that, and then they're saying a breath of fresh air. Yeah, so that should be a comma. That's a grammatical error.
Thought maybe you might crack open a pumpkin ale.
Already?
Jeez. Do we need to get started on those yet, right? No.
I was just joking. I knew we talked about that the other day.
Okay.
Which is funny, though, because I picked these up, and right next to them, they got the Kentucky Barrel Pumpkin Ale out from Alltech. That was out on the shelf. And
I saw, I ran into Sam's Club yesterday to get her some Miller Lights because it's like the cheapest place to go to get them. And then right on their shelf, right there, they just had their bottled Sam Adams pumpkin ale.
those Sam's was out too. Wow.
Yeah.
Mad-Tree's Pumpkin Ale was out as well. And
I think I sent that to you last week on that one.
Hoppin' Frog just dropped there. I think they did a barrel pumpkin ale, so they just came out with theirs too. So the pumpkins are falling.
Pumpkins already?
Yeah. What was that expression for you had there?
I think I just got a spam. Like it's saying Costco, but I'm like, Caitlin, it's not interesting, so I won't bore you.
Is that the Kirkland beer?
No, it was something about AirPods or something.
Yeah, from Costco. I think it's just like a text that's trying to scam me.
Oh, yeah. Scammers are out, that's for sure. So,
Yes.
yeah. I get a thing on my phone now. I don't know if you guys get on yours, but when it rings, it says like scam likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But have you noticed they're fucking leaving voicemails now? Have you all got that? Like usually if you don't answer, they don't leave a message. But I'm getting voicemails from my spam calls now.
Really? No, I haven't had that.
I delete the voicemails. Besides, I hit delete. I don't even look at it.
I've got, this drives my best friend nuts. I don't know if you can see, but like 58, I've got 58 missed calls. Like I don't clear that shit out.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Let's
I don't
see
know
here.
if it'll.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, I'm just like,
yeah.
I don't listen to voicemails. I mean, yeah, I got 47 voicemails.
I listen to the ones for numbers I know, but
Yeah, I don't even listen to those. Text me. I listen to my dad sometimes, but I'll just
I'm
call
even
him.
bad. I'm even bad on text sometimes. So
Oh, I'm awful.
Probably half
Yeah.
those calls are the ones I've called her on.
yeah. You like just call her and then you like come home with something and she's like, "Why didn't you bring me something?" Like, well, you didn't answer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or did you answer my text?
Mhm.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? Well, if I don't answer your text, I'm sleeping.
Got JV in the house first in. Welcome,
What's up,
JV.
JV?
And then Vanessa says
Hi,
hello.
Vanessa.
Got Big Daddy in the house. Cheers, Big Daddy, along for the ride. Welcome,
What's
welcome.
up, Big Daddy?
Don't sound right when you say Big Daddy along for the ride. I'm just saying. So
Why doesn't it sound right? What's wrong with that?
some innuendo. Another guy called another guy. I mean, my nickname when I play softball was Big Daddy. It was always kind of weird when people say Big Daddy. Like, you know, if a woman says Big Daddy, you're good. But when a guy says Big Daddy, you're like, do I know you?
Well,
Do I know you?
Everybody calls him Big Daddy now.
Yeah. Like I know we know Big Daddy Mojo, so you know it's all good and everything. But first time you meet somebody, like I'm not gonna call you Big Daddy. I don't know you like that.
Right.
I don't really know you that well.
Let's
Yeah.
get credit personal, you know. It's like when someone that you don't know and you got a nickname with other people and they start using your nickname like they know you.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
whoa,
you don't know me that well.
yeah, you're kind of new to the group. You probably shouldn't be doing that. So
I really like it when people I don't know call me by my name. Like,
Yeah.
even if I, you know, I have it just makes me uncomfortable when you first meet somebody, even if you like introduce, like, I'm Shannon, I'm Todd, and they're like, well, Shannon, blah, blah. I'm like,
What are they supposed to say?
I don't know. You can talk to, if I'm sitting here talking to you, you don't have to call me Shannon and know you're talking to me. You know? Like, I don't know.
but that helps people. That probably helps them remember your name, though, too.
Maybe in
That's-
biz, maybe
That's
in
what exactly I was going to say. That's what all they're
in,
doing.
in professional settings, yes.
Yeah.
Like, I get that in a professional setting, but like, just like, no.
Yeah. It's like I've been working in sales for however long, right? But when you first learn sales or you're doing stuff and you're reading stuff, like you use a person's name 3 times on a call, that creates more of a connection with the person.
Yeah, no. I hate it when
so
no.
yeah, it doesn't work for everybody, but that's the majority of the times they're like
Don't
use their
act like
name
you
over.
know me.
Yeah.
I'm always like, I know what you're doing. You're trying to make me like think you're my friend, and you're not my friend.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like, what was that movie? Hey, buddy. He's like, don't call me buddy. You're my buddy, pal. Don't call me pal.
Yeah. Nope.
But we got Jimmy in the house cuffing stuff. Cheers, my man.
What's up, Jimmy?
And Wayne's in the house. What is going on?
What's up,
Roddy,
Wayne?
Rod, Shannon, and Todd, the Mystic Curtains, man.
I
Cheers.
need to. I'm sick of this shit. I'm saying how it's supposed to be.
She's ready tonight, y'all.
Sorry.
She's ready tonight.
Look,
She got
this
them
is
all.
the way it's supposed to look. It's supposed to be separated, not like a fucking shower curtain like Todd does it.
Just keep them
Go to
separate.
bed at night, you know, somebody
Well, yeah.
stand there peeking in your window.
Just keep them separated. Oh.
Now I fucked it all up.
He says, hey, chat, cheers all. Shout out to Wayne. And let's see here. Jimmy's going on. Down to all the comments here. Warm Carolina night. Well, we've actually got it hot and humid here, which it was supposed to rain. And you guys aren't too far from me, of course, but
It's coming your way. I looked at the radar, Rod.
yeah, it's split though. It's not coming our way. Like we're right in the middle. It's what's going to the west and east of us.
Do you find that happens where you live? Because I always feel like we're like, it always kind of like goes around us.
Yeah.
Because we're like, I guess the Ohio Valley maybe, because.
Well, that and he's got the kind of hills like the non
Yeah.
out here, you know, with the right there on the river.
Yeah, I also think our weather people just constantly screw up.
Yeah,
so.
they
Yeah.
We got the worst weather people. Probably everybody in their own city thinks they got the worst weather people, but ours are supposed to be the most accurate station, the one we watch, and it's like they are not accurate half time.
Well, people call themselves things all the time doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah, I'm sure. Probably a lot of women can testify to that.
A lot of women do the same thing, though.
Yeah.
A lot of women do the same thing, not just men.
Well, I'm probably thinking that women were saying that about some of the guys that probably said stuff about
Yeah.
themselves. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's a
see what you're
hot
saying.
one.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. So we were watching Shameless, which I was talking to you about, and the
Mm-hmm.
main character on there, I have a hair on my lip or something, but he was talking about Frank Gallagher, the main guy. He's the biggest shit show ever. But he was talking about how when he was in high school, he had a bully, and this guy kept bullying him, so he like pantsed him, and he had like he was a big guy and he had the tiniest little dick. He was like, it's the tiniest little button dick, and I'm like, I've never heard it called a button, but that would be perfect, like how you would describe it.
It's like an Oxford style thing or something, like
Button dick, yeah.
button down.
That would be awful.
Yeah. We got Erie in the house. What is going on, my friend?
What's up, Erie?
They just came back from their road trip vacation.
I
They were
know.
all up and down the eastern seaboard. Wayne said, hey to Erie. Hey, Wayne, hope you're well tonight. Erie's probably getting ready to play some Call of Duty as well. She needs her Call of Duty fix.
Gilbert.
Your tools, Gilbert in the house. And Gilbert, your boy Rogers, is now in town, I guess. So it looks like you guys are going to be saved by the great A-Rod there. Whether you want him or not at this point.
No choice.
Yeah. We're good inside with the AC. Too hot out. I bet. What do you guys keep your AC on usually?
68.
Usually 68.
68. Yeah, I'm about 65 right now. So
Usually 68 most all year round, really.
Yeah, if I'm like getting ready and or cleaning, I know I'm gonna get hot. Like I'll stick it down to like 66, but
Right.
it will never get that cool. By the time I'm done,
Saying that, we do have a 4-unit air conditioner in our bedroom.
Yeah.
It's like on
Yeah.
65 with
Yeah.
4 all the time.
Yeah, we have an extra air conditioning in our room, and I love it. It's so cold. It's like a meat blocker in there.
yeah, I always prefer more cold than hot. So they actually say you sleep better too when it's cooler.
Yeah. Sucks getting up in the morning though. You're all snuggled up and warm, and then you got to get out.
Yeah. That is no fun. I feel like I'm moving slow here on the video. I think I'm moving all right now. So, Wayne said, cheers, Gilbert. Cheers back to Wayne. BC's in the house. Cheers, homie. How is it going up there in Michigan?
What's up,
Up
BC?
there. BC rocking the beer reviews. There's EB in the house. Cheers, EB. Good to see you, brother. And Erie's other half.
What's up, Alan?
Wayne, cheers, VC. Cheers, EB. Cheers, Wayne. Cheers, Wayne. RJ Todd. James is in the house. Dale. Cheers. James representing.
What's up, James?
Actually, him and Big Daddy both represent Chi-Town up in Chicago. Finally sipping a Fat Bear peanut butter stout. Have one for both of you. Check Facebook messages. Will do. I've heard some good stuff about the Fat Bear. And no saving needed, son. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Gilbert doesn't want Rogers back now at this point. He was looking forward to the quarterback they got there. We got cheers. We got Dave in the house. Cheers, Dave. What is going on, my friend? You don't know Dave. Dave actually runs the Beer in Front podcast. So great podcast that he does. There's a lot of stuff on Twitter and his podcast on the podcast outlets. Check it out. Always entertaining. Always does a great rundown, a lot of the beer news, great interviews. And he has his Jag-Offs of the Week segment, which actually he picks out the Jag-Offs of the Week. And he has some really good ones on there. Just people that, since we're going to space now, we should just put them on some rockets and just take some of them to space. Just send them up there, leave them up there.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah. When do I come down? Oh, yeah.
Got something.
There is no coming down. Yeah. Did they tell you it's a one-way trip? James is drinking a knock by Orderman Eccentric Cockatours from Oxford, Connecticut. Interesting.
That's a mouthful.
Wait a minute. He's saying it like that. I just call it OEC. I've had one of their beers before. They're pretty solid. Yeah, I had one of theirs. I got a guy here that gets them. But with Dave being here, I think Chicago is holding down the most because Dave is also in Chicago. So Dave, James, and Big Daddy are holding down the show. We got 3 Chicago people in the house tonight.
Nice.
Chi-Town on fire. Like I said, cold beer with a nice fate helped me quit smoking cigarettes. Hey, and then that helps there. But are you really, if you like you're vaping, chat, like,
Don't stink.
is that vape or is that e-cig? Is that the same thing? Vaping?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So it's kind of like if you go from one to the other, is that a good thing or?
I mean, I don't really feel like I did anything good by doing it. Like, I still know it's probably bad for me, but I don't stink. And like, I mean, I've probably been doing this for 2 years or more. And I mean, and Todd was going to get ready to say I do it way more than I smoked, but
I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, but it's, I enjoy it.
There you go.
I mean,
she has nothing else to do with her hands.
Yeah, I'm kind of like
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah,
like Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
Ricky Bobby. What's he do with his hands?
He doesn't know what to do with his hands. You never saw Talladega Nights?
Yeah, but I don't remember all these small details like you are.
Small details is one of the big scenes. He's getting his first interview. He's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. He keeps raising his hands up while he's getting interviewed. What are you watching, Shannon, when you watch these movies?
I watch it.
You're probably playing the dog.
There are things like my mind absorbs certain things, but like a lot of people, they watch movies and they remember like little details. And like if I watch a movie, I don't watch it to remember shit. Like when I'm done with it, like I completely forget it.
Really?
Yeah, except for like the one movie that I do know quotes from is Napoleon Dynamite. Like you can tell me a quote and I'll know you're talking about that, but any other movie, I don't know what you're talking about when you say quotes.
So in all the movies you watched, which is, I'm sure there's been some great ones, you don't remember that much from them. It's just.
I mean, I remember the plot, but I don't.
Yeah.
And some of them I don't even remember the plot. I'm like, I'll see things and I'm like, have I seen that before? And then I'll start watching it and I'll get a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I think I've seen this before. Yeah. But yeah, I don't really remember like little details.
And besides Gone with the Wind.
Well, yeah, but I don't remember but everybody remembers certain quotes from Gone with the Wind. Like, I don't think I would remember like little tiny details from it. Like, I don't think I would.
Do you remember
Napoleon Dynamite? Yes.
Napoleon Dynamite's a good quotable movie, so it's easy to remember some of those. They have some pretty good ones.
It is.
Yeah,
and that is not my type of movie at all. Like, I don't like those goofy ass movies like that. But that movie was so good. Oh my God, I love that movie.
It was very well put together and delivered in so many ways there.
Especially for what it cost him, like $15,000 or something to make it.
I love it.
Yeah, it was something like the Blair Witch type cost, It was like crazy.
It has to be like that has to be probably one of the highest profitable movies ever made.
Yeah, it was so good.
I would think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it definitely did well making some money there.
I mean, obviously not the highest grossing, but
profit.
Well, for return that they actually got out of that movie,
yeah.
It was pretty amazing, I'm sure.
Yeah, like I don't like if a movie comes on and I've seen it before, I'm not like, I don't really watch it again. But if that came on, I'm like, okay, I can't change the channel.
So how do you know what's your favorite movie?
Well, Gone with the Wind was, and then till you put something in my hand, I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh, shit, look at it like that one. So now I'm ashamed.
You ruined it.
Yeah, so now I'm ashamed, so I don't know what my favorite movie is anymore.
Put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Well, I don't think that's my favorite movie. Like, I mean, I like it, but I just like so many things. I don't know if I could, like, I have a million movies I love, but I don't know.
Yeah. But nothing that jumps out to you. Because I'm thinking if you have a favorite movie, then you're probably able to quote lines from it. So, like, I can say, like, Tombstone's one of my favorite movies, and there's tons of stuff I know from Tombstone or Alien, things on those lines, Jaws.
I have one that is very, like, I don't know. I mean, it probably was good, but it was my favorite movie when I was younger. So, Abyss, do you remember Abyss?
The Abyss, when they were underwater? Yeah, I remember that one.
I love that one. And now, but probably now if I watched it, I'd been like, that's really not that good.
Is it a good movie?
I
guess it's still kind of good. I was trying to think of Spear was another one that I watched that's underwater too.
So I can't tell you last time I saw that movie.
Yeah, I can't either.
Yeah.
But
if it holds up or not.
So we went. You know who the Electric Light Orchestra is?
Yeah.
So our place, the brewery we go to, Our Lady, they had a big band, and they were charging $15 cover, which it's maybe 10 sometimes, but never 15. Well, they had a band called E.L. Foe, and then it was I can't remember the other one.
Something monkeys.
Yeah, but it was some of the band members from Electric Light Orchestra, and some of them were from The Tonight Show, like that played in the band from The Tonight Show.
Oh.
But one of my favorite movies ever, which I'm ashamed to admit this, because if I watched it now, I would hate it, was Xanadu. And I didn't even know.
Xanadu.
Yes, I didn't know that Electric Light Orchestra was the ones that did. Like, I love a million songs. I don't know who sings them. But I was telling my brother, and he's like, they might play Xanadu. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? They're going to play Xanadu? And so I went there, and we sat at a table, and they had the playlist. And I'm like, they're going to play Xanadu. And so we were there half the night, and then I went up to the stage, and I'm like, Xanadu. And they played it. It was so good. But they also had a beautiful lead singer.
Yeah.
And so I was up there, and she was so nice. Like, and I was like, Todd, you got to come and see that. She's so beautiful. Like, come and see her. She wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was beautifal.
She was Asian.
I don't know. She looked maybe
Asian,
Filipino.
Filipino.
Yeah, she had like
something.
real dark. She was dark complexion. She was short, and she had a beautiful voice.
She
Yeah.
might have been the lady that the lady I work with knows. She's
a nurse practitioner.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, she was talking about her husband was like
a doctor. Yeah, because she brought her. I'm like, are you like? I'm not even going to that, but like, I was like, are you married? And she's like, yeah. And then she brought her husband over, and I was like, being judgy. I shouldn't have been judgy, because I'm like, girl, like, it's like short and bald, and I'm like, but then I was like, you know what? As women, as we get, when she was young, she probably had a bunch of bad boys that did her wrong, and then she found a good, solid man, and.
So you're saying a man gained on that relationship?
I hope she did. She probably did, because he's a doctor. He could probably get some. They're both very intelligent, probably, and they picked wisely.
Well, she practically is too.
Mm-hmm. And she's hot, so she could have, but.
Yeah. Or if she's taking into patience.
We're not going that far. I can point out a beautiful woman, but I don't want her giving you a prostate exam.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I might be okay with it.
How much of the tip do I put on the table?
If she was your dog, I mean, I want to be your friend, but I don't know. You can't have too hot of friends,
Does it become a competition or something?
No, you just can't bring what is it? You can't bring in something into the hen, I don't know.
Bring a fox into the hen house?
Yeah, yes, exactly. People are human and they're tempted. I'm not going to just be like, hey, look at my hot friend. I'm not going to do that. Even though my friend that had the baby, she's really pretty and everything. But she'd be way too much for him to handle. They could kill each other.
Guess you guys would never go on Temptation Island or anything.
It'd be Murder Island if I went on there. It'd be Murder Island. I have a question. I was going to ask Todd this last night. I was laying in bed and I was thinking when you were in the bathroom, I'm like I don't like confrontation or anything, but if Janice was if a girl was talking to you and she walked up and then she was like, he's mine, would that make you feel like, oh, or would that be a turn off for you?
Depends on
somebody and she came
out
and
she
said
was
that
like,
to the lady
he's mine. Yeah.
Well, I mean, depends on what it was. I mean, at this point, it wouldn't even affect me. But
it would make you feel good, though?
When we were in college, that happened. So when I used to be a DJ, when I was a DJ, I was DJing one of the Q's parties, and one of the chicks that were another college student kept coming up, and she's asking if I need any help or any assistance, all kind of stuff. And finally, the second or third time, Janice got pissed off because we were dating then, and came over and said, "Look, he don't need any of your goddamn help."
You like that?
was like, hey, you can't be doing that. This is where I work. This is where I work, I told her. You can't be coming up here
Well, you should have taken
chastising my people. I'm DJing. DJs get attention when they're DJing. That's just part of the routine.
And well, how would you feel? Would you feel how would you feel if like you were talking to like if that happened? Like if you were talking to somebody and you know you can be friendly or whatever, but if I can obviously tell and I came up and like back up off, bitch, he's mine.
In those words?
Yeah. Would you be like, yeah, or would you be like, Shannon, calm down?
A little bit of both.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, I shouldn't say that because I would do the same thing, but internally, how would you feel like?
Internally, be like,
I'm thinking, what if he did that? What if he did that with?
Get in a fight.
What if he did that with the Jamaican guys?
Yeah. if you would have done that with the Jamaican guys, I didn't get too close.
Right?
To
Yeah.
any
Exactly.
of it.
Right.
It wasn't
Right.
like a
Right.
thing, like with
Thanks.
one single one. You know.
Yeah, I'm just saying, he could have done that with the Jamaican guys. How would you have felt?
Well, if it would have just been like chit chat, but if the same guy kept coming up to me, then I would have been like, I would love for him to come like, I mean, I would, but I know it could lead into a fight, and I'm all against that. I'm a little bit of a pacifist. So I'm kind of like, I would love for him to be like, you're mine. You can't, you know, I kind of like that a little bit. But I don't want him to like clip my wings either.
Yeah.
Cut him off. Cut him off.
You probably would need to.
Ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah. So James is drinking the Czech Dark Lager. So James, with OEM, all they make is actually lagers as well. That's one thing I found out about them. So they're kind of like Jack's Abbey. But the one that I have from them was a Cool Ship Lager Black, which is decent enough. So that was actually a Euro black lager they had actually done. Wayne said, if you ain't first, you're last. That's right.
Ricky Bobby.
Doing my life by that motto.
Ooh, Step Brothers. I might know a few quotes from Step Brothers. I do like Step
Step
Brothers.
Brothers was a funny movie.
Yeah.
Drinking on the Boho Belgian Fruit Ale. There you go. That's
That
pretty
sounds
nice.
good.
Nice one, Gilbert. Probably got a whiskey with them, though, too. Which one did the strippers get on? Yeah.
Just hang around. You'll see.
Yeah.
I'm Shannon. Kyler, bring me a beer, would you?
You must think he's on Friday Night Throwdown. Negative Ghost Rider. It's the flight pattern. Just the pattern is full. It's from, right? Doesn't say flight pattern. The pattern's full. Was that Top Gun?
Navigate Ghost Rider. I don't have any idea.
You said you saw Top Gun.
Is that a quote?
It's when he buzzes the tower in Top Gun.
I haven't seen that since I was.
Ricky Bobby.
When I said I didn't watch Top Gun, you were like, "How did you not see Top Gun?"
No, I'm not.
And apparently you can't remember Top Gun.
Oh, that's Top Gun. Oh, okay. I can kind of get that.
Todd was like, "How did you not see Top Gun?" Now you can't remember the line. That was like a while ago. We were talking about movies, and I said I haven't.
Have you seen Top Gun?
I've seen parts of it. I never fully seen the whole thing through, but
Is that
a long time. What?
Yeah.
Is that a Top Gun?
that's Top. That's when he goes to buzz the tower. Yeah,
Just 'cause I saw it doesn't mean I remember every word in it.
yeah, but that's like kind of a key line from the movie. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, is Ghost Rider the one that died?
No.
Tom Cruise, right?
Huh?
Maverick is Tom Cruise.
Maverick's Tom Cruise, right? And he's calling in the tower, and he says negative. Ghost Rider pattern full.
I do have a good movie. Have you ever seen Pearl Harbor? I know it's a chick flick, but
Pearl Harbor. I've seen Pearl Harbor. I wouldn't say that was a chick flick as much. I mean,
oh,
it's got the whole Ben Affleck, Liv Tyler type thing in there. The whole and the other guy, little love triangle
that's
type thing.
Armageddon.
No, it's Pearl Harbor. She thinks he died.
Kate Beckinsale.
I'm sorry, Kate Beckinsale. That's
Yeah,
what I meant.
Kate
Yeah,
Beckinsale.
yeah, I meant Kate Beckinsale. And Ben Affleck was in it.
Mhm.
No, not Ben. No, it wasn't Ben Affleck. It was the guy from
No, it was Ben Affleck and Josh
Josh Hartnett. Yeah, those two. Yeah,
Hartnett, yeah.
okay. Because Affleck was supposed to was dead or whatever, and then Hartnett, and then comes back. I was like, yeah.
Oh, see, that movie like fucking tore me up. Like I try to avoid shit like that because it affects me. That movie, and then Todd and I, when we were first
But you knew the history. I mean, it's
I
not
know,
like
and that's what made it even worse. Like,
it's not like you can go see the Passion of Christ and be like, I'm surprised. That was not the ending I was expecting.
Yeah, no, everybody was like, go see. I'm like, it's the most like, and that's when I kind of, I believed, and I'm like, okay, it's a good movie, but I'm like,
Pearl Harbor.
no, Passion of Christ.
Oh.
Yeah. So I mean, but I thought Pearl Harbor was all right. Pearl Harbor was a long movie, but I thought it was all right.
Oh,
Yeah, it is
just
long.
ripped my heart out.
Yeah.
And then the other movie we were watching, we went and saw. Remember that movie? It was kind of like Armageddon, but it was a comet, and Taya Leone was in it, and the comet was hitting. What the fuck was the name of that? Deep Impact.
Deep Impact.
That's with Morgan Freeman.
Yes, I had to get up and leave the theater because I was just like sobbing, and I was just like,
For
they were hugging each other on the beach. And
for Deep Impact, you were crying?
Yes, because they were all like dying, and they were telling each other goodbye, and oh my god, it fucked me up.
That was one of those that came out. They were similar movies.
Yeah,
That came out same
and then
time.
but that one, I remember that. That was awful.
I never thought about crying for Deep Impact, but I guess it could hit you, the sadness of people being wiped out.
Yeah, like I get into it. I'm just like, it fucked me up.
Did you cry in Avengers when Thanos snapped his fingers?
Oh, we went. No,
that's half people going with the finger
yes,
snap.
we went and saw because Titanic came out like right when we started dating, and I watched it over and over again. And I remember, I don't know if it was the first time or the second time we watched it. Like, I remember we were walking to the car, and I'm still sobbing, and I was like trying to like talk to him about it. And I'm like, I just sobbing. Yeah, just fucked me up. No, the Titanic. Remember that? Yes.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Which you saw about 14 times in the theater.
Yeah.
I would never do that to myself now.
But
Like,
you knew they weren't all going to make it.
What'd you say?
You knew they all weren't going to make it because we knew the history.
Yeah.
We knew the history of it.
Right. I knew it was going to happen.
Never paid attention in history class.
Yeah. Maybe he
I
could
guess Hollywood could have changed it if they wanted to. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gilbert says Aaron can make for a great ball spotter. Gilbert is not really happy with Rogers right now. Rush did the better Xanadu. So Rush did Xanadu. Have you guys ever heard the Rush version?
No.
huh.
There you
I
go.
didn't know that either.
Ooh, but I'm gonna check it out. I love Xanadu.
I like a challenge. You know Shannon is Todd's wife, right, Mick? Hey, what's up, Jamie? It's been a while. How you doing, my friend?
What's up, Jamie?
Happy Thursday.
I'm gonna quit coming on the show and just let you come on alone.
He's trying to maybe get riled Todd up, so he'd be like, "Hey, Mister, she's with me, Mister. Back off." Trying to get Todd riled up. Open ferment and dovetail uses similar techniques. Open fermentation, sometimes spontaneous fermentation. Everything goes through the cool ship. Yeah, I liked what I had from them for somewhat, so I might try a little bit more of their beers. Their can art was pretty cool. That's what caught my eye. Got Brian in the house. Don't worry, Shannon, I'll treat you exactly how you want to be treated. And Brian is new, so welcome to the show, Brian, as well.
Here's your hat. What's your hat?
Yeah. Shannon's bringing all the boys from the yard. Honest dovetail. Tom Cruise and Top Gun look like someone shaved a monkey and dressed it in a thrift store.
I've never got to the Tom Cruise thing.
Yeah.
I've never been like, I've never got it. Like, I mean, he's an attractive guy, but like, he's so like little and whiny. I don't like.
I don't think
maybe
he's
the
a-
Scientology thing throws me off. I don't know, but I didn't
Seems like
know
he's
that.
not. Seems like he's not aging now, so it's kind of like.
Well, that's the Scientology. The aliens are keeping him
He
young.
I
ain't, he ain't
guess.
growing at all either.
No, he's not.
Yeah, no.
What's the role
Where's
he
he
does?
been though? He's not been around forever.
He still does. He does like the Jack Reacher movies, and Mission Impossible came out. Actually, about to release.
All just come and grab him.
They're releasing Top Gun 2 here pretty soon. So,
Yeah.
But that's funny. Like he does the Jack Reacher movies and Mission Impossible, and it's like for a while, Janice didn't watch Jason Statham when she found out how short he was. She liked him before she found out how short he was.
Right, yeah.
And then it was like, really? But now she likes him again. But it was funny because she was just like, he's fighting people like 5 feet tall. You like it's
like Adam Levine, or even like Tim McGraw, Adam Levine, and it's not even their height. It's just like they're so tiny and like skinny, and it's just like that's just not like. I mean, I shouldn't say that's kind of body shaming. I shouldn't do that, but you know.
Well, yeah, that's body shaming. You're not picking apart their body. That's their body.
Yeah, like we went and saw Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, which I love Faith Hill, but she looked like a fucking skeleton too. She remember how skinny she looked, in person.
Both look like they
it's just
hadn't anything to eat in 2 months.
And then all these little men, these like real skinny men, they're fucking ripped because they're skinny. Like it's not hard to get ripped when you're like have no meat on your bones, you know.
Well, you can work out 5 hours a day too. Helps.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not attractive.
Dovetail Check is a lot better. Haven't had that one from them yet. Hopefully, I'll get back to Chicago so I can check that out.
I can see that.
It's all right. I thought it was all right. I mean, it's definitely got the chick fil type moments to it, but some of the action scenes I thought were pretty good.
And Kate Beckinsale is fucking beautiful.
Yeah, she's one of my favorite. Ever since she did, what was the werewolf movie?
I know what you're talking about.
Damn, what the hell were those called? They made like 4 of them.
Werewolf and the vampire type.
Well, that was one of his like girl. Well, he liked Charlize Theron forever, which she was beautiful, as she still is. And then it kind of went like to Kate Beckinsale, but like Kate Beckinsale isn't aging. Like I follow her on Instagram, but those fucking filters, like I hate those fucking filters.
Underworld,
yeah. Somebody said Underworld. I was there. I was just, Kate Beckinsale. That like,
she's beautiful.
Yeah, Charlize was she's still pretty attractive as well.
Yeah, she is too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to have the biggest, my man hasn't changed in a long time. Has your woman changed?
What is that one?
You know who my man is.
That's the Mysterio.
You'll know who it is when I say
Mysterioso Imperial Stout. Nice.
Mile
Wyatt?
Jax Taylor.
Oh. Do what?
Which one was that? I can't remember the logo. Was that Mile Wyatt?
No, it's Bearded Iris.
Bearded Iris. I get them confused sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's Imperial Stout, Sweet Cherry. Let's see. What was it? Sweet Cherry, milk,
sugar, and
I don't know what that is. Muscovade.
It's like
Mustavog.
musk and avocado.
Yeah, I don't know.
They put a Mexican with they put a Mexican with an avocado in it.
Do you all find like when you pick a beer, like if I go to like someplace and I want to pick a beer out for him, I do look at the can art, like.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's like I love makeup, and like the packaging is like so much. Like you can go so far with just packaging.
Yeah, it catches a lot of people's eye. I mean, the right packaging can definitely led to me choosing some different beers to check out how they put it together.
I was gonna stop on my way home today at a liquor store over in Louisville on my way. I don't know, it's kind of downtown, but I could have stopped in there. But they're having a big beer sale of some sort, but I can't really tell.
Why did you stop?
There's a lot of Truly in there, so I don't know. But they're showing some Lagunitas and some.
It's a sale. It's going to be 99 cents.
Well, no, it's
Lagunitas.
No, these are Rod J deals. $14.99 a case, $7.99 a 12-pack, $3.99 a 6-pack, or $2.99 a 4-pack.
Why didn't you stop by there?
They've got like
why didn't you?
Like they have boxes of like zombie dust in there too. So, but I don't know if that's part of it or not.
It's over here.
Oops, I flipped
you flipped
down.
it.
Yeah. So
you got some Sweetwater 420 in there.
Yeah, Sweetwater in there. So I might stop by there. I think they've got some Mad Tree.
Did it start today or does it start tomorrow?
I think it's been going on. It's been going on for a little while. I think.
Well, you better get there for the weekend.
Too,
probably wipe it out.
Like off the beaten path. So I wonder if it's just a bunch of old stuff they're just trying to get rid of.
Like expired.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I would have never known that beer expired.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's funny. I did a story on the podcast this week. A lady did a 50-year-old can of Coors
Yeah.
in honor of her husband. And actually, the beer held up. They said it was carbonated, and she did it next to a Coors Silver Bullet. But her husband had died, and on her 50th anniversary, when they got married, they got Coors and they saved a can. They said on her 50th anniversary, we'll drink this together.
Oh, that's so sad.
Well, the husband died. The husband died, but she went ahead and did it anyway, and they had a big cake for it and everything, and the whole family and stuff. And she said, and they showed it, and it was actually carbonated well, and the taste wasn't that much off. She said, "I'm like,
it depends on the beer."
Well,
adjuncts.
Well, it's like Our Lady. My favorite beer is their the Knocking on Heaven's Door, which is a Hefeweizen. And Todd got me some cans, or I got some cans.
I bought some.
Yeah, and so the other night we were drinking, and he's like,
"But I've had them.
You've got some down there," and so I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot all about it," and I brought it up, and I drink. I'm like, "It just doesn't taste." I'm like, "Did it go bad?" And he tasted it. I mean, it's still, but sometimes when you're drinking this shit, and then you switch to that, you're like. You take the first drink and you're like, and then you keep drinking. Oh, okay, it's fine. So I was like, did it go bad? Not bad, but just not.
Yeah, I mean, the taste changes over that period of time. So that's a lighter ABV beer. So
certain like adjuncts, especially like coffee, they'll tend to fall off to where you're not getting the flavor that you probably should out of it. But
what happened to 450 North? Does anybody even go there anymore?
Yeah, they just sold out.
They're still huge.
In like 30 minutes.
I'm just kind of over them.
We're not interested anymore, though, right?
I don't even know how it works. So you can't get online.
Well, I would go get you some.
No, you can get it. No, they're doing it since COVID. You just do it online and go pick it up on the weekend.
Well,
I just can't do it. I just don't want to. They have like 14 cans they released now. It's like, fuck. Who wants to get that shit?
Yeah, nobody even knows the ABV because they don't put them on there anymore.
My problem with 450
I haven't seen them post that in a while either.
Yeah.
The ABV.
Maybe they don't put the ABV on the cans.
I forgot about the big controversy. I remember. But my thing with them was always like, yes, they're releasing all this shit and it's delicious, but it's limited edition. And then you go and you get it and you love it. And you're like, oh, sorry, no more. We're not having it anymore. I'm like, that's bullshit.
That's their hook. That's how they get people.
Sometimes craft beer for people.
I find something I like and I want to keep drinking it. And if I can't keep having it, why do I want it in the first place?
Yeah, but that's why so many people buy cases and stuff like they do too. So
yeah.
Or they sell it.
Like I said, they had one today. I think it was 14 cans, and they usually sell it in about 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. It's funny you asked that, Mick. I've never watched Braveheart.
Oh my God! Rod, you have not lived your life. Oh my God!
All the movies that she hasn't watched, but now I haven't lived my life.
When he plays in with the Indians.
Exactly. What? You haven't seen it? No.
Is that the one?
Braveheart, what?
No, Dancing with Wolves.
I've seen Dancing with Wolves. I didn't watch Braveheart.
That's
Braveheart is Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. I get those two mixed up.
Yeah.
I shouldn't because
Mel Gibson and Kevin Costner.
Shit, but
no, it actually just means the movie in general.
Yeah.
Braveheart. And
I get Mel
Wolves
Gibson and Kevin Costner like
really?
old them.
How do you get them mixed up?
That's what I'm saying.
But I know Mel Gibson.
Field of Dreams, Lethal Weapon. They're totally different guys.
That's one of your favorite movies is Field of Dreams. He loves Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
That is a good movie.
But yeah, I've never actually watched. I didn't watch it when it came out, and then by the time it was around, it was like so many other things were out there, and I felt like it kind of passes right. I would like to sit down and watch at some point.
You need to. It's very, very good.
I've actually got it here in my TV. I got it here in my DVD collection. I've never watched it.
DVDs. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I threw all of our DVDs in the trash.
I didn't watch all mine.
Yes,
I got a whole box of them downstairs.
Well, I'm gonna throw them away too. No, but my friend is like a borderline hoarder, and she's like talking. I'm like,
ain't no
throw them in the trash.
There ain't no borderline about it.
I'm like, you can get all this shit online and stream it. You don't have to have it in your house taking up space.
Airing on episode 432.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, if you got the room for it, I guess. I mean, if it's you're stepping over stuff, well, then that's an issue.
No,
well, it's not that bad, but
no. Well, we have a room in our basement that's just a storage room, and I mean, it's really.
I think it's talking about her.
Oh, her. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
It's not that bad. But
She's
Yeah.
got the room, but there's only 2 of them. And like I went to her house to try to, and I'm not a clean freak by any means, but I don't like clutter and like you have what you can use. You don't need more than you can use. And I go over there and she's got like 18 mixing bowls. And I'm like, Heather, you can only use like 2 or 3 mixing bowls at a time. Like get rid of this other shit.
Yeah.
You know? And they're like 99-cent bowls. It's not like, don't even get me started.
Country
That was-
Crock.
They're like Dollar Tree
Tubs.
popcorn bowls.
I'll say this beer was kind of interesting, but I have a review on it that I put up there. Usually I'm a big whip beer fan. Feel a little disappointed on that one. So, but I'm going to actually drink this one now, which is from West 6. And this is
Ooh, I like that can art.
their Hop Static Channel
Ooh, I like
4.
Is-
So
It
I
reminds me of Dr. Seuss.
Wait a minute, what's going on
I
here?
did a video before with Channel 3. What are you looking at?
What the draft? What they're showing Terrence Clark, the guy that died at UK.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't see that.
They're calling up his mom and family or something to the stage. I don't know if somebody
They're probably just playing. Oh, like
posed like they was gonna draft him if he was around or whatever. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I got it turned down so I can't hear it.
ooh, I got chills.
Oh, well, he's a former UK player.
Yeah, he's the one that died this year. Like I think it was in a car wreck or something.
Yeah, I think they're doing it because he would have been drafted, they think. So they're
Yeah, I know.
They're kinda honoring him at the draft.
Aw.
Yeah.
Is that his son?
So see, they're putting the hats on. So I'm wondering if they
yeah.
were drafted anymore. They're just doing a tribute to him.
I think they're doing a tribute.
Well, I
think.
mean, she's
Yeah.
there for a reason, so.
Well, no, I know
Yeah.
that, but I mean, yeah, it's not a team hat or anything, but that's cool. That's cool they did that.
Yeah. But this beer here, India Pale Ale, 7.5% ABV. Hops Eldorado, Sabrinatica, notes citrus, pineapple, tropical fruit.
Was that West 6?
Show him
Yeah.
the can art, Rod, because he was watching the TV. Isn't that cool? I like that.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
This is Channel 4. The review I did previously was Channel 3, so this is the next in the series. So,
Their review was pretty cool.
Where?
haven't an IPA for a while.
West 6?
Have we been there?
Yeah, it's the one with the like you walk in the little walkway and it opens up in a little big courtyard. Or
Oh,
whatever.
that was amazing.
Wow, the notes
so
come
hot
right
that
out.
day.
It's pretty aromatic.
I mean, I would love to go do that whole thing again, like downtown, like we did, but like I would just want to do it with Uber, and now fucking Uber's nowhere apparently. So,
Why you got no Uber?
well, there he said. Well, we went one night and we tried
No, we
to.
couldn't find one.
Yeah, they're like used to be like before COVID, we'd be like, okay, Uber, they'd be right there, and then after COVID, it's like 30 minutes away. And then they'd be like, we're on our way, and then it would be like, nope, we're not on our way.
Cancel or pick
That
something up
was
closer or whatever they do.
You guys get Lyft there too?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I usually use as Lyft most of
Yeah.
the time, just because for some reason it's cheaper.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same company.
No.
Yeah, or we could just get like I mean, like we go to Indy or Cincinnati, we could just get a hotel room in downtown and just walk. You know, we could do like the thing we do where we get the cheap rates, but in Louisville. What's it, hotel.com or?
Trivago?
No, it's
Yeah, because he'll put
Kayak?
No, but you'll put the city in, and then you'll say you'll want a 4-star, 5-star, 3-star hotel, and then they'll get
price line.
Price line,
line.
yeah.
And so usually, it's $200 a night for a room. I mean, we get it for like $100 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it might be
Yeah.
you can't pick your hotel, but you can pick within a certain range and a certain star hotel.
We went to a Colts game, preseason game about 3 years ago, and stayed. I don't know. We stayed in the.
It was an Omni, a
Was
Hyatt.
it Omnia? Or,
We've stayed in an
Omni
Omni,
or-
a Hyatt, or a Hampton Inn.
I think it was Omni. Well, the Hampton I just did on our own.
Yeah.
The Omni, yeah, and it was like 2 blocks away. You could look out your window and see the stadium, so it was like 2
Yeah.
blocks away.
Yeah.
But it was like a 200 something, almost $300 a night. We got it for like $2 or 140 or something.
Was
like
that the one where they had the auction in the lobby with all the sports memorabilia?
Oh no, we didn't stay at that hotel. We just happened to walk in there.
Okay. No, we stayed there. Because I remember going up to the elevator after we picked out.
Yeah, it wasn't that one then. I thought it was that great big one with those all glass, like towards where the park was, where we saw the concert that time.
JV, you missed it because I showed the curtains and you weren't here. I showed you the way they were supposed to be positioned.
Curtains are there, just out of the way. Gilbert's a Braveheart was outstanding.
Yes.
They said Mel Gibson would make a good Scotsman. He's not called racist. He fits the bill like most Scots.
But I watched it before I knew his fucking how's he still even?
Well, the funny thing is, like I told you, I did the ancestry. I'm 5% Scottish. It says so.
Oh, that came after that.
Mm-hmm. Right, because now I would be hesitant to watch a movie of his.
Yeah.
But I watched that before.
You won't watch a movie if he's in there now?
I don't know.
I still watch the Weapon and stuff when it pops on once in a while.
Yeah, but but I have feelings about it.
Well, 2:30 a.m. just watching the Olympics, just smoking, watching the Olympics makes it. What was I going to say? It's funny, so CNN's doing a thing on sitcoms that I noticed. I don't know if you saw it. They got a sitcom special they're running now, like this next however many weeks or whatever. Like they're going through the whole history of sitcoms. But on the cover of it, has like all the different characters of all the characters, you know, like the Seinfeld, the Friends, All in the Family, all the different stuff. But it doesn't have the Cosby Show.
Well, of course,
like it doesn't show
why
Bill
would
Cosby.
it?
But here's the thing: how can you do the history of sitcoms and not include Bill Cosby?
That's true.
Because he was canceled.
But
you can't be. There's no such thing as cancel.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
It's kind of the same as
like I would still watch the Cosby Show, but
it's kind of like you can't. But I saw like you can't really do the history of sitcom if you don't have the most popular sitcom show like in the 80s.
I see where you're coming.
It's got to be included in there,
right?
So either they're going to show clips, maybe, but not going to put it out there in the forefront. Because if you don't show it at all, then it's not the best sitcoms.
You're right. You're right. I get what you're saying.
So I just kind of it just stuck out to me. Like so many people grew up with the Cosby Show.
I fucking love the Cosby
and you don't see it on there, and you're like, it just feels odd because you know something's missing, and you know what's missing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's kind of like a lot of things in history where. You know, it sucked and it stood for the wrong thing, but it's still part of history, but you want to take it down. You know what I mean? Like statues and stuff like that or whatever.
Yeah. It's kind of like,
you know, certain ones definitely like racist type background to them or whatever, but it's still part of.
It is, but I'm kind of like, I never paid attention to those statues before, so it really doesn't like, I get where it's coming from and you do you. And I get why you're doing it, but I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Well, no, most people.
Yeah.
Most of them. I mean, you know, like the key people, you know, but most of the other people, you're like somewhere. Yeah.
Just saying, like, because Bill Cosby, but like Rod said, how can you keep that out of? You know, it still doesn't take take away from the value of the show itself.
I see what you're saying, but a statue is a little bit different than a sitcom.
It's still part of history. What's different about it?
Well, I mean, you can feel how you feel, and all you know. I'm not saying you're right.
It's just, I mean, but it's just like this historical type. It's kind of like, I
get why you're saying that. Yeah.
If you don't put like a Bill Cosby in there, then you know, if you have something like say a Kramer there from Seinfeld, like you see Kramer saying, well, Kramer had issues that ran after the show too, that he pretty much lost his career over stuff. Where you had other comedians that probably did something. Like if you had a Louis C.K., right? Louis C.K. had issues. Like you can have different people have issues.
Right. You can't do one thing that's going to make everybody happy. So people pick and choose what.
That's what I say. You can't pick and choose what you want it to be.
Yeah.
You can if you're in charge.
Well, that's the winners always write history.
Yeah.
That's how it usually works out. But it was just funny. It just stuck out to me. Like, how do you not have him in there?
Right.
You know, it's just kind of like his show was like the big thing of the 80s. You can't just like go from All in the Family. Oh, okay, we're at Friends now. Well, what happened for All in the Family and Friends, right? Like there was something else in there, you know.
Was All in the Family in there? Yeah, All in the Family was in there, and Cosby Show.
Yeah, but All in the Family was the character, not like real life. Carol Connor wasn't that way. So that was just him playing that role.
Right.
Versus actually doing something bad. It's just, how do you separate that work from all the other stuff when people are like, it's like right now, like in football, Todd knows this. Like everybody's all saying like how Reggie Bush should get the Heisman back, and they don't want to give it back, even though the players can get paid now. And it's like people are commenting like, we all saw Reggie actually do this. We all saw Reggie be this electric player. We all know he won the Heisman. You might as well just give it to him. But the NCAA doesn't want to give it to him.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, here's the thing. It's like people make bad decisions. People do bad things. Like, I believe that people don't want to be bad. Like, it's like, yes, fucking Bill Cosby, yes, he fucked up. And I'm not saying he's a good person, but I don't think and I fucking hate saying this because it's going to piss people off, but it's just like, people do bad things because they're human beings. Like,
he did a lot of things, so he did a lot of bad things. I mean, we have 50 plus women out there.
I mean, that's fucked up. But he did it the first time and he got away with it.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, and then he continues to do it, you know.
Well, so is Jeffrey Dahmer, but I mean, at some point you got to stop him.
Did the NFL ever do anything for like with O.J. Simpson?
No, I don't think they ever did.
Like he won the Heisman, right? Wasn't he a Heisman winner?
Yeah, he had the Heisman. He sold the Heisman and tried to get it back. Remember, he got out and he tried to go back to jail for trying to rob it up.
Reggie Bush getting penalized, and they never done anything.
Well,
Simpson.
OJ was never seen as taking money in college, like Reggie was. And what OJ did was after college, so I guess they said, well, that's after the fact. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's kind of like
it's still like it's you just picking and choosing. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's like the Baseball Hall of Fame. Baseball Hall of Fame, they judge you out a lot more stuff than they do for the Football Hall of Fame. Because Football Hall of Fame looks at when you're a player in the field. Baseball, you look at it's like Pete. Everybody knows Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame, but because he did it as a manager and this whole gambling thing, they're like, well, even though he said never betted against his team or on his team and stuff like this, like they won't let him in. But if you look at his stats as a player, there's no reason Pete Rose should not be in the Hall of Fame.
All right.
And he was great until he wasn't.
Yeah.
Until he fucked up in people's eyes.
Well, the problem is I've always had a problem with baseball because they have the sports writers that are choosing these players. You're the people that can't do choosing the people that can do. I've always felt like you need to have more of the weight on the people that actually play that sport.
Yeah, exactly.
They're usually not making a decision. It's kind of like this whole thing we're seeing with Simone Biles. It's like all the people that are athletes understand where she's coming from. But all the people that can't roll themselves off a couch are complaining like, oh, she let us down, blah, blah, blah.
I don't think they are.
Like, there's a lot of people complaining. Oh, yeah, there's a ton of people.
Have you all seen this, though? Remember the girl that was
Carrie Strug?
After she broke her foot?
Yeah, that was Carrie Strug.
Yeah, and they were talking about, like, you know, we thought it was so great at the time, but now we look back and we're like, that's fucked up. You probably read that on my
you probably read that on my Facebook because I posted.
I might have.
Yeah.
It's sad now.
And then Dominique Marching Out came out and talked about her incident, shared the video when she landed on her head or whatever. Like she shouldn't have been out there, but she kept going because they were pushing her out there.
Yeah, but if you look at these people as something that's not human, you just look at them for what they're doing for their entertainment or being a strong person and pushing through it. But I mean, I feel like it takes a lot of strength when you've worked so hard to get to something and you're like, you know what? This isn't like, I'm not here. Like, I think that's stronger than just going with
her stepping out now, Sunny Lee to win out gold today.
I fucking admire her. Like, that's the role model I want for my child.
You got to know when to stop. And she's only 24. So that's a lot of weight that she carries on her shoulders. So
I think that's way better of a story than Carrie Shrugs or whatever, you know, like.
Well, Carrie was pretty phenomenal because she really shouldn't have been out there. And the way when she did a routine back then and stuck that landing on a bad ankle or whatever, it was an amazing thing to see. But she could have been in a lot worse condition that possibly she landed just an inch here or there off too. And her coach was like, just one more time. So
yeah, listen to what's in your head and not what is everybody else is expecting of you, you know?
And we're a society that always says walk it off. And then Todd will tell you when we were kids in sports, that's what coaches would have you do, walk it off. Like they're never funny.
I'm a walk it off kind of person. I fell in a fucking fire pit and I am the last person to ask for sympathy from anybody or I'm like, I'm fine. That's my motto. I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know, like, but I'm like, if I'm not going to die, I'm fine.
He says the world we need a Top Gun 2. I mean, really. It was supposed to come out like this past January, but COVID backed it up. So I think they're still going to release it here in the next few months. But I mean, Tom Cruise is supposed to be the instructor or something now, I think. So it's a totally different thing. But
I'll probably fucking watch it. I might turn it off half an hour into.
My dad's side are all Scots and they're stubborn drunk racist, Gilbert said. But you can't put on the whole country, yo, Gilbert. Like, so yeah.
Oh, you want to? One of my most proud moments of my daughter is she was showing me, and my daughter's very quiet, but she's showing me bumper stickers she wants to get, and one of them is said is.
No, she's got them.
Oh, did she get them? One of her bumper stickers was "Racism is small dick energy."
Oh, that's pretty good.
I fucking loved it. I'm like,
Yeah.
Two of them, they were on the back of her windshield.
Yeah, I'm like, I need one of those.
Good for her.
Racism is small dick energy.
Apparently, Gilbert is getting Windows updates he was dealing with. CB's in the house. Cheers, Rod Todd and the boss. U.S. won their game, the goal game. Nice. Yeah, and I saw them winning some stuff there for sure. So I don't know if they did the soccer one yet. I think that's upcoming maybe this weekend or so. But I saw the women won the 3-on-3 basketball. I don't know if the men's team is going to get a U.S. gold this year in basketball. I'm kind of thinking they won't. I don't think our men's team is that good. I mean, they're all NBA players for the most part. It's just compared to what we had in the past, they're not the best in the NBA like we've had.
No, they still should be good enough, though. You know what I mean?
No, but we were talking about like the NBA is all international now. So you got a lot of international players that play in the NBA. So they're going back and playing in teams.
But the other problem, too, is all the foreign Olympic teams, they all play together for a long time. We just throw a team together 3 weeks prior to go over and play.
I thought you were going to say they all play defense.
No, like I'm not a sports person, but I have two things to say about the Olympics. First was like we go to his mom's house sometimes and they have a badminton thing, and we've been playing it. And then Todd and I were sitting on the couch, and the Olympics badminton is category. And I'm like, I was saying, you know, I was talking to him like, how would it be like? I'm going to the Olympics. And it's like, oh yeah, what are you playing? I'm like, badminton. I'm like, how I'm like, badminton, really? And so we watched them, and they're like very serious, and they were like getting into it. And the other thing was, you know, I can't remember which team it was, the volleyball or something, and they wanted to not wear the bikinis.
Oh, the men.
That's the beach handball with the Norway team.
Was you know, and they got fined. And
Pink's paying for their
for them. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, that was the whole stupid thing. Like they didn't want to wear the bikini bottle and kind of stuff, and then they showed a picture of them next to the guys' team where the guys just had tank top and like shorts to their knees or whatever, and it's like,
gym shorts on.
Yeah, it's like let the women wear what they're going to wear, you know, like
right.
But it's funny you mentioned badminton. So back in college, my senior year. Because you had credits you can just dump. So we took like bowling and we took like we did all kinds of badminton, one of the classes I took. And
so fun.
Seriously, it's like more competitive. This isn't like badminton like at the, you know, family picnic or barbecue. Yeah. When you're actually taking it, like it got crazy in there, and we like will whip the cock around. It's called the shuttlecock, people. It's called the shuttlecock. Yeah. So we would be smacking it back and forth. I mean, it's like tennis. I mean, it would get crazy in there. You'd be doing the high lobs. You'd be setting up the spikes and stuff like that and everything. So we beat the hell out of that cock. I had to get that in. I had to get that in.
Wasn't that when you was playing the teacher or something? You got up like 10-0. He scored like 21 straight points or something on you.
Who, me? No. I never played my teacher in that.
Oh no, that was my buddy Derek. He did. Wasn't it?
He was all bragging about how good he was. Yeah, and then I went both your own.
That's what it was. Over at Mom's, and he was over that day, and he said, "I took a class." When he went to college, he's like, "I took a class in college. It was badminton," and he said, "So they had to play the professor or whatever for score or something." He said, "I got up like 10-0," and he said, "I lost 21-10." He had to score another point.
I mean, but don't you think badminton's my sport? Like, I whooped your all's asses just by myself. You two. You don't remember because
No, I do remember. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure.
What-
to say
of
that
all
you-
the sports I've played.
we were just hitting it around. It wasn't like we was playing a true game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Badminton can get pretty crazy. That's all I'm gonna say.
I love badminton and kickball.
Yeah. Yeah, kickball as a kid was.
I do
It was.
love kickball.
I will say when we were in school, and it was like you had phys ed class. You go to the gym, and like usually you go outside, and it's like softball, baseball, football, whatever it may be. For your gym out. When it rained, you couldn't go outside, and so they'd be like, "Okay, it's kickball inside." And as a kid, you love that. Like you were
Or
playing
dodgeball.
and then when we played our kickball, it was like if you hit it a certain level high on the back wall, it was considered a home run. So we were always like trying to nail for that and everything. Yeah, dodgeball was always fun, but some people got upset because
They got nailed in the head.
some people were getting nailed too much. Well, there was like sometimes I think some people were taking out their aggressions against people they didn't like in dodgeball too, but it can happen. It can happen. Knock someone's glasses off a few times. All right, we're not playing that in here anymore.
Right. I've never seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, that's a classic movie, Jack Nicholson, back in the 70s. I don't remember as much from it because I was younger when I saw it.
You never seen that one?
No, I want to though because
It's a good one.
It's a book too. Like I need to read it.
It's a classic. Gilbert's now drinking on the Indy Ale House Macro Polo, Italian style Pilsner. Oh, nice. Long-winded lady. She's got stories. We're all into her stories.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Trying to spit something in there.
I know.
What happens is the aliens and streaming goes down and there's 0 DVDs, right? Yeah, right. If you get rid of your DVDs and you can't stream, you just sit there doing like hand puppets or whatever, like back in the camp, the light would be the puppet on the wall. Coolest people on YouTube. What up? What's going on, Bounty? Cheers, my friend. Good to see you.
Bourbon.
Says all the actors have issues. Counsel it further, but you can't undo the past, right? Yeah, I mean, it's like, that's the thing. Like, I personally don't believe in the cancel culture. I just believe it's just consequences for your actions that took place.
Right.
So it's not like you're being canceled out because of that or whatever. It's kind of like, depending on what you may have done, I guess.
What he just said is kind of what my point was. Like it is what it is in the past.
Right.
50 years ago doesn't mean that's what you believe now. Like I don't.
Right.
I'm talking about like a lot of the statues in Louisville. During the riots and stuff, that people were, vandalizing them, taking them down. Like I don't like them, but
they're the least of our problems, really.
But how can you get better if you don't know what?
Right,
the wrong was in the back.
Right,
what I mean? Like you can't move forward if you don't know what the bad one.
Yeah, but I would say it's kind of like someone made the analogy like if people take on the statues, like you're going to forget history. And it's like, well, they don't have the statues from the Nazis and stuff up in Germany, and they pretty much still know the history. And they kind of still did the library and all that kind of stuff too. So I guess it depends on where you put it. But my thing is always like if you leave the statue up, then leave a plaque up there telling the actual whole story that you know. So if you had a story from before, put another plaque next to it, revising what the history was about that person too.
I can see that. I can get behind that.
Right,
Yeah. Like if you have a thing of George Washington up there, that's fine. But then if you put a plaque up there where George Washington owned slaves and did all this other stuff too,
right.
Give people the full look at it.
Right.
Yeah,
because I walk past statues and I don't pay no fucking. I don't know who the hell. Statues is the least thing in my life that I pay attention to. Like.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're at a museum or something, I don't usually.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. If I'm at somewhere taking a nature walk somewhere and I'm like in a town, like one time I drove through Pennsylvania, there's a Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, and they have a statue of Jim Thorpe. So I was reading about Jim Thorpe and that kind of stuff caught my attention. But most of the time, it's like I don't see a lot of the statues really pay attention to as much. So.
Yeah, but that's a very valid point.
Yeah. There was a college guy counsel for making ladies take a pill and telling him to lick his Jello pop.
Lick his Jello pop.
Like I kind of feel like he did so much wrong, but I feel like he's an old senile man now, and like he don't even know where the fuck he's at.
Oh, he knew he was in jail, I bet. Because he was happy as hell when he got out. He was holding on like.
Oh my god.
He's actually trying to set up a new comedy show or something that a club turned him down already. Yeah, he wants to go back out there. And
Like I said, he's senile.
80-something years old. I'm like, it's kind of like OJ kept coming out. Like, why are you still coming out? Just like play golf and be away from everybody. Put the Cosby Show to sleep. Yeah, they pretty much did. I mean, they pulled off the stuff on Nickelodeon, which in a way also hurts the other people that were on that show because they don't show it. They don't get their royalties from the stuff as well. So that hurts them too.
Yeah.
Cheers, JV. Smoking one for Fifi. CB said. History is about telling the truth. People talk about whitewashing history. You have to tell it, even if you put an asterisk behind. Right? Yes.
Yes.
You have to tell the full.
You can't erase
full
it.
story. I don't know if a lot of people can handle the full history though. Like some people struggle when they hear stuff like that. I mean, listen,
that's my thing. Like I don't try to if somebody's got a totally different opinion than me, I'm like I'm gonna listen to it. I might be thinking you're a fucking idiot the whole time, but
yeah.
Like we went to this we were at the riverfront and we went to this bar and he was like, oh, I know them guys. And we were all talking, having a good time. He went to the bathroom and I'm like talking about I can feel energy from people. And he's like, well, what energy do you get from me? And I'm like, I get Republican energy from you. And
really?
From this guy. Yes, I got the redneck. I was just like I don't dislike you, but and then I'm okay with still being his friend, but he was just, I'm like, okay, well, be on your way then,
Yeah, party doesn't define people because I know people that are not the best people on both sides, I guess you could say. I mean,
yeah,
right.
That's why I say yes. That's why I stay independent. I don't even want to join either party. Like I get emails and stuff. I'm like, I'm not even in your party. Why are you emailing me? Just because today you make more sense than the other person, I don't want to be in your club. So.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
My mind is always open. Change my mind.
Yeah.
Let's
see
just because you're different doesn't mean you're bad and I'm good.
Right.
Just keep your mind open and don't be set in one thing.
You two having gifts would be nice. They are slipping. I don't know why everybody else seems to have them out there. That would be something nice to have. Not sure, CB. Thanks, my friend. Yeah, I know Gilbert Mems and gifts are so needed right now. Yeah. I feel like on Facebook, I have to answer everything with having a gift now. I just feel like to get my point across, I have to illustrate it with a GIF as well as my type.
Yeah, you all are the masters of gifts.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Oh, my gift game is strong, baby. My gift game is strong.
You are right. I agree.
I got pretty much a gift for everything. Dahmer did some shit, but it said you can find more footage on Dahmer than you did on Bill. Yeah, well.
In the whole scheme of things, Jeffrey Dahmer and Bill Cosby, yeah, they're both fucked up. But Jeffrey Dahmer,
I mean, he was eating people, so yeah.
Yeah.
And and Bill's evidence tended to disintegrate, so to speak. Unless they kept a dress around like Monica,
Well, she was a smart bitch.
I wonder if she still has that blue dress. I'm surprised she never sold that on eBay or something.
Well,
I know
she's got a TED Talk.
Does she?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
It was a TED Talk years afterwards, talking about her position in that whole thing and how she was famous for whatever. And yeah, she's got I love TED Talks. Yeah. She's got a TED Talk.
Did you hear when OJ asked if you were married again? He said, yeah, I might take another step.
Well, that's the dumb bitch that marries him.
JB.
Yeah.
We'll give you the laughing one there, JB. That's pretty good there.
That's pretty good.
Give her the damn right at JB. Look, I didn't think Cosby should be profiting from shit he did, what he did, but you can't erase his ass. You have to say, dude, you had a good show, but he was fucked up. Yeah. And you know what if there was a way they could do it, they could still show the shows, but you know what? The other actors can still get their royalties, and the proceeds you would have paid Cosby, have them donated to a charity for against women abuse or something like that, if you can.
But this comes back to the thing, the whole cancel culture. I do agree with you. I think if somebody fucks up royally, we should give them a chance to be better because we all.
Yeah, but how many times are you going to give him a chance for her? If it's like
I'm going to give him 2
plus,
chances.
50 plus people.
One, maybe
I would think
2.
50 plus people. I don't think he really has much. It's like there's some people you can't give chances to that are just like
right.
Like, dude, it's funny. And one of the guys I was watching the thing earlier, and one of the guys did talk about the interview they did back with R. Kelly, and he was interviewing R. Kelly at the time. And this was like back '90s or whatever. He's like, do you like teenage girls? And he's like, what do you mean? And the guy's like, teenage girls,
mean?
like 19 and down. He's like, well, I mean, 18 and 19. I got some friends around there. I mean, I don't know, 14-year-olds. Like that was like, dude, you're like 35 or whatever at the time.
Right.
It's kind of like
like celebrity thing. When you become a celebrity, your mind gets fucked up. Because nobody is there because they like you. They're there to benefit from you.
Speaking of celebrity minds,
get to the point where they sort
think they can do whatever the
above
fuck.
everything else.
Yes.
Speaking of celebrities and minds getting fucked up, you got to think like, what about Britney Spears?
Oh, I knew you were going to say Britney Spears.
There's no way I'd be fucking performing if I can't get my own money. Like that's my money. You ain't gonna pay me my money. Why am I performing? Like I don't understand how you can just take the money away from her like that. But she has a right to earn it, and she has a right to spend as much as she wants. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, right? Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness.
Nuts.
It's her money.
I'm not saying that.
Britney's not the first one that's been an entertainer that's been nuts that spent their money out. I mean, there's been people that went to Skid Row spending their own money, but guess what? That's their choice to spend their money.
Right. Yeah.
I just thought it was kind of weird, but I think her dad was definitely banking off of her. Her dad was screwing the shit out of her, taking that money. Yeah.
I'm invested in Free Britney.
Yeah, she should be. I feel bad for her. Like all the stuff she was doing, I didn't realize it was bad. And then the whole thing when they're jacking, putting an IUD in her and all this kind of stuff, like that's some bullshit. Now you're really controlling. Talking about people regulating bodies. I mean, that's some Handmaid's Tale bullshit right there.
Watch that documentary.
I watched. Yeah, well, she didn't like it. Like I said, like I'm invested. Like they did the whole Free Britney thing.
Yeah.
The documentary, and I watched it because I always loved Britney, but she was so young, and she was just a pawn for her family and all of her people in her business to make money. And she never got to develop into an actual person. And it made her fucking, could you imagine being everything you did being judged, followed around by a camera? Like when you're like 15.
Well, I mean, that kind of comes with being a celebrity. So that part doesn't throw me off as much as her not being able to access to the dollars that she's making.
Right. Yeah.
And I just saying she was spending on this or they're spending on that or whatever, but it's her fucking money. Let her
right.
spend
Yeah,
her.
let her
She
fucking
said,
blow it.
I want to go out and buy a fucking Boeing 737. That's her money to go buy it if she wanted to.
Do what you want, yeah.
Yeah. I just thought that was all terrible. But
no, it is terrible.
That's why I think I might start another podcast where I could talk about these kind of issues on a whole different type of thing. So
what kind of a podcast?
I just said I can talk about those kind of issues.
I was giving you.
I just said it just 2 seconds ago.
Well, I was talking over him like I do.
I'm thinking about starting a different podcast. Well, you guys don't. I don't know if you have like my other Facebook page where I get into a lot of political type discussions and thinking type things, but kind of a podcast diving into issues like things like this and stuff. So, but that's a whole different thing. So if I do that, I'll let you know.
Right, I feel like we could have really good conversations on that kind of stuff.
Oh, we definitely could. You can come on there and be a guest on there with me as well.
Yes.
We'll talk about different issues.
Because
What's that one called?
I haven't decided on the full title. I got a Facebook page called Spotlight. And I think it's going to be kind of something around that as well. So I can tie it back to the Facebook page.
Yes. But I would want to come to learn.
Yeah. It was just about learning and having those discussions and kind of.
I would, because I know I'm ignorant in certain aspects. And I mean that just in like a completely dictionary definition of ignorant. Like I don't mean that as anything else. Like I want to see everything from everybody's perspective, and I would fucking love that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I love doing the beer stuff, and I'm doing the other stuff here, but I feel like I'm missing out on the intellectual space that I want to fill.
Yes.
So I think that's what I'm gonna do with that podcast. So yeah, I'll definitely let you know. But it was something I thought about that I may try to kick off this weekend if I have time. Because the other podcast is going well that I have here for the beer show. I don't know if you know that, but I got the Rod J BeerVentures podcast too. So I do different things on that than I do.
I'll listen to that one.
Yeah. So I did that last night. I released this week's episode. But
I'm a few episodes behind, but I usually listen to it while I'm at work.
Well, thank you, sir. Well, just try to do different things. Try to keep reinventing yourself, right? Having fun. And it's like, what was that movie again? I'm gonna say "Whoop That Trick." But I can't remember the name of the movie because that's not off my head. With the Memphis rapper in Tennessee.
With
3-6
Eminem?
Mafia. No, not Eminem. That was 6
8
Mile.
Mile.
8 Mile. With Terrence, what you call him?
Terrence Howard.
Yeah, it was like whoop
like
that
him.
trick. Whoop that. The guy from Road Trip was like the
Oh,
producer.
I
Yeah,
know.
they're like he's not white, he's light skinned.
Oh gosh.
Anthony Anderson.
What the hell what was that?
Look it up.
3-6 Mafia. Shit, I can never think of the name of that movie.
Oh, he's talking about Bill Cosby.
Hustle and Flow.
Oh yeah.
Like I use it as a movie.
That was really good.
He said, "I believe every man's got a
Like
story
I've
to
seen it
tell."
and I liked it, but I don't know what it's about.
It was a pimp that became a rapper.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah, it was really good.
Is it Brittany Murphy or somebody that's in that one too?
No, that's an 8 Mile.
No, Brittany Murphy's actually she's one of the prostitutes that works for him.
That's what I thought.
I think she's the one. Yeah,
Oh, you know, one of my favorites is Higher Learning.
that's a great movie. That's a classic. That's a throwback to John Singleton. Yeah,
Love that movie.
I was sad when John Singleton died. I mean, he had so many good stuff going on.
Ludacris was in that.
He was one of them hear his tape, and he threw his tape in the urinal.
I know, Tyron Manning. That's who I was thinking.
Oh, she's hot.
JV said update. Yeah, nice. Over 2,400. Let's get that ATS rolling. Yeah, I saw they were trying to put some money behind it. So, a little Bitcoin action. Simone was like, yeah, I ain't feeling it. These girls got that shit. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, good for her.
60%. Yeah,
I think I've
that's the
seen
thing.
it.
That's the thing. Like her bowing out actually allowed Sonny Lee to now come in and win the gold medal, which was actually something too. You know, if she had competed and Sonny couldn't compete, we may have never had the Sonny Lee stories that we have now with her actually winning the gold medal. And what a great backstory she has about her dad being paralyzed. And she almost didn't make it to the Olympics because she was trying to do stuff there. Her uncle that died of COVID and all kinds of stuff. So one door closes, one door opens. So you never know what's going to happen. So, yeah.
It really does. Like something bad happens. There's always like a bright spot. There's always a way out.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
It was nice. I mean, she was there rooting on her team. I think she has one more event she may pull out of that they're not sure of yet. But like I said, it's 24. She's made a hell of a run. And think about it. She's been like doing it, I think, since she was 3 years old. Like in gymnast years, she's been doing it 21 years. That's a long time. That's a lot of wear and tear on your body.
Double or triple.
But I feel like that makes me sad.
That
she spent her whole life just concentrating on that thing. I feel like she's not lived her life.
Well, I mean, she lived her life and she's won a lot of medals. She's got a whole bunch of time.
Fucking good is it? I'm like,
well, she's 24, so I mean, she has a whole time to live her life now, doing stuff too.
Yeah, but you have a lot of good times before 24 that weren't concentrated on, you know.
But when you're like into something like that, your main focus is that. If you're like playing football, you're playing basketball, baseball, you're focused in. I mean, I don't know if it was. I mean, she had to have some drive to actually do it, but whether her parents were behind her or not, I mean, you can look at the Williams sisters from the times they were getting up at 5 a.m. playing tennis when they were like 5, 6 years old, you know, and to get to that high level, you know, Tiger Woods was on the Tonight Show, hit a golf ball at like 2. So it's
always driven by your parents at the beginning.
Yeah.
If they catch on and take it, then all of a sudden.
Yeah, but are they doing it because they want their parents' approval, or it's because they're enjoying it? You know,
I'd say mostly.
It depends. Yeah, I mean,
I think it can fall both ways, but I think it'd be more enjoyment than it would be.
I hope.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be getting to a point too that where you're like, the parent could be like, "You're really good, and we spent $100,000 on these lessons, and you do all this. You need to keep going, whatever." You know, that could be part of it.
Well,
too,
and the thing is, it's like, yes, you can do that, but I would want my child, and I might be fucking up with my kid. I'm just like, you know what? I want you to be happy. You're your own person. You make your decisions. Like, I'm not here to tell you what to do. And, you know, she might, I don't think she will be, but I'm like, money doesn't equal happiness. People think that you got to make money to be happy. I'm like, you could like, you can't have a minimum wage job now because you can't make fucking ends meet. But, like, you know, I just want her to be free and happy with who she is. And,
But part of, like Rod said, she might have missed out on some, but she's 24. She's got pretty much the rest of her life ahead of her.
And too, when the kid gets older, they're gonna be like, God, I wish my parents would have made me drive and do shit and make something of my life. And or they could be like, you know, God, or if you're an Olympic person, like, geez, I wish my parents could have gave me more freedom. Like,
I mean, it's always
yeah.
Well, the thing with gymnastics too, that's definitely more of a younger sport, I think, for people. So you're going to get out at some point in a younger type age. So, you know, it's one of those things. But like I said, for sports, you got to be. That's why I never really fully got all the way behind it, because I really didn't have that in the heart. If you don't have it in the heart, then it's not going to work out for you. It's kind of like.
But that says something about your parents, because they didn't still make you do it.
Well, I mean, no, but my mom wanted me to play more sports and stuff. I just wasn't really. I mean, I was already playing sports and a decent athlete, not doing anything, and I didn't really see that as being a future I wanted to go down and stuff too.
Right.
So, and I've got friends now that did play ball, and they have the aches and the pains that came along with it from after playing football and stuff. I mean, I said if you could be any professional sports player, the sport to be would be freaking golf for the most part.
Yeah.
Because you can just play golf for a good amount of time, and then when you retire, you go right to the senior tour. You can play that for a bit.
Right.
And then after that would be baseball. Like Todd played baseball. A lot of players that play baseball, outside of maybe being a pitcher, where you can really throw your arm and shoulder, all that kind of stuff out, you can be in other positions and last that out for a lasting career too. So, but you know, you got to have that want and that will to actually.
Yeah.
To see it. And once that starts to wane, and that's what I told people, I said in gymnastics alone, that's one sport where it's just you as an individual, you have to be focused. If you are not focused, the slightest difference can be catastrophe for you. You can land a
right,
yeah. So if it's not there, you can't do it. Let's see here. Here was 60% of those women spit the pill out and play to sleep to be famous anyways. Oh shit, the council police showed up. Oh, Eric missed the whole show. Windows updated 20 times. So, yeah, he's got the update bug. Soccer won 1-0. Nice. They're back on track. Like, everybody was upset when they lost that first game. Like, they won 44 straight. I mean, think about that. They won 44 straight. And last time they lost one, they kicked ass for 44 games. So I don't think you really want to count them out at this point. And one of the local girls, Rose Levine, she's actually from here, so a lot of people here are rooting for them. USA against either Canada or Mexico. Nice. Winners are getting ready for number 11, a first world pain. He's doing updates. But I don't know if you saw this or not, but we're actually just found out we're getting one of the World Cup qualifiers in November.
Yeah, I saw you put something in.
Yeah.
On Facebook
It's bittersweet because it's kind of cool. The new stadium, I haven't been there yet, but it looks nice for the soccer team. At the same point, you guys have driven Cincinnati traffic, and you've driven it when the bridges are screwed up. Now, imagine driving that with people coming from around the world to catch a couple of games here. It's going to be a mess.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah.
That's why I was listening to Reggie and Cubs.
Hey, cheers, you can do whatever you want to do. That's how I feel about it.
I was listening to Reds and Cubs on the radio today while I was at work.
Yeah.
They were talking about, Reds announcers were talking about some of the great cities they'd like to have played in or been, live in or whatever. And the guy said Chicago. And the other announcer was like, no way, Chicago. He's like, you can't go play golf in the morning. Have you ever tried to get through traffic to get to a game on time to announce? It's like, I almost missed so many games while I'm in Chicago because I was going to play golf, but then I can't get to the park in time for my,
Yeah, for the warm up and everything.
So, Cincinnati is like, it can be terrible.
Gilbert was what?
For having 45,000 bridges for a 10-mile stretch.
Who would get mad if you Chromecasted it? You're significant there. What are you putting on TV? Oh, YouTube. I'm putting on Toss One Back Thursday. So now, yeah, I got a Chromecast here. I usually watch the Prime and all that stuff on there. The only reason kickball was cool was that 95% of the people playing didn't give a single shit.
Exactly. That's why I loved it.
Now, kickball was cool as a kid. There's actually like kickball intramural leagues and stuff that they have now too for adults. But as a kid, it was. I mean, if you could slam the ball to the wall, then you were good to go. But yeah, but it made all the kids also feel part of it. Like, I don't know how it was like Shannon when you were there, like how the girls would do it playing sports and stuff. But like when we had like the basketball or we playing lacrosse, whatever it may be. It's like, okay, 2 kids are captains, right? And you got to pick a kid from each team.
Yeah, I was always the last to be picked.
I'm sorry, okay.
I remember when I was a kid.
And you were probably first.
No, in kickball. I remember I was going to say that. He was talking about the girls being last. One of my friends,
Yeah.
used to play. She was always like one of the top 2 or 3 to ever get picked on a team.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of the girls playing the girls.
Kick it way further than anybody else.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking of the girls' sports versus the guys' sports because we'd have like guys playing basketball or something like that and everything. But it'd be like you go down and like I'll take so and so, I'll take so and so, I'll take so and so. You're about 4 or 5 deep or whatever, and then you got like some of the other kids there. Like, sorry, Shannon, but it's like. And the coach was like, "Okay, well, you 2 go there and you go there." We're like, "No, we're good. You know, they can have. They can have.
I don't need anybody else.
They can.
No.
Yeah.
Listen, I've come into my personality.
Yeah.
My importance now, like, I'd be first to be picked in some things. Nobody would pick me first to be for sports.
Yeah.
No.
I'm all entertainment, though. I'm okay with that now.
Does the world need any statues anyway?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Why are we spending money on statues?
Isn't it like
That
false-
money could go,
False idolatry or something.
yes.
That's true.
Fuck statues.
Oh. Shout out to Kirsten.
Yeah, pronounce that.
I'm thinking I've got a Russian
Vlad.
member. I'm gonna say Russian member. So appreciate you.
Vlad.
Yeah, Vlad. Welcome to the membership team, my friend. Great to have you on board. And for those of you that don't know, you can become a member here on the channel as if you want to become a member, you can look in the description and become a member, like my friend here did. And I'll have to definitely, I might have to be Vlad because I don't know how to pronounce that. Oh, no,
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, that's Russian.
It is Russian, and I think I'm going to put it into the Google translator, and then I'll know.
No, I think it's an American trying to not expose his identity.
Maybe not, but yep, still welcome to the team.
Yeah.
I am behind.
Put that back up real quick, right? Let me see. Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
Do we think that's Russian?
Yeah. No, so our friends, this guy comes around, and he's definitely not Russian, but I'm like, he comes around, I'm like, I can't remember his name. I'm like, you look like you're Russian, so I call him Vlad. And now everybody else calls him Vlad.
I thought there was a thing where you can.
Roger behind. I'm on the New Zealand's Renaissance. Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up there. Testing the freshness, son. How old is that IPA? This IPA, it's got a nice feel to it.
I've been drinking that for a while, Rod.
Well, I'm talking and stuff too, though. But you don't sit here. These are good beers. You don't try to chug them out. I tell the wife the same thing. You don't try to chug. I mean, it's like
I have no self-control.
We'll go out and get craft beer, and I'll give it to her, and she'll be like, "All right, like, what happened to the other one? Oh, are you drinking?" Like, these aren't beers you like chug. You're supposed to sit there and enjoy, have conversations around.
That's why I try to tell her brother all the time too. He's like, "Oh, you're slow." I'm like, "No, I'm not slow. I just want to sit."
You're supposed to enjoy it.
I'm not trying to win a gold medal.
It's not freaking slit. It's not slits. You know, take your time with it.
The only thing I know about Schlitz is my beer sign.
The Big Little Thing IPA, so Imperial IPA from Sierra Nevada.
Haven't had that one.
This one is, you can get these in 19.2 ounce cans for like $2.39, I think, which is pretty nice. And this one comes in at 9% ABV.
No, but the draft, I just see all these young kids, and I'm just like, you're just entering into a life that you're never going to be happy. Like
What?
I always like, I just don't feel like.
How would they not be happy? They're about to get paid millions of dollars.
Yeah, but when you're rich, do you ever really think anybody knows you and loves you because of you, or just
Some
because
people
what you give them?
I mean, you got to know who you put around you. So I mean,
Yeah, but I feel like they're so young. They don't.
I mean, like when LeBron went, he had all his high school friends that he all knew and stuff that he could trust and things. So you got to be careful who you put around you as well. But
I would never want to be famous or super rich.
shit.
No, because I have connections. I have with people, and I want them to.
Still have connections with people.
But I would always question, because I think people are like, I'm the most skeptical person ever.
So you'd rather be rich than famous?
No, I don't want to be either.
Well, nobody might know you're rich.
I would be rich.
True. True.
People would know you're famous.
But at my point in life, I know the people that are with me are because of me.
That's
what I can give them.
So what's it got to do with them? You being rich then?
Because if they might. They're with me, but if I'm rich,
know.
No, I do know. You guys don't. You're not understanding me. No.
Yeah, you're right. We don't understand you.
Because
I don't.
I would want people in my life to be with me because of my spirit, not because what I can do for them.
But they're already in your life already, so you're thinking they would change?
But I'm not. No. Well, I'm
You're
talking
talking
about
people.
young. I'm talking about young kids getting rich.
Yeah, he's gonna have advisors and friends around him and stuff. I'm sure that he probably can trust. I mean,
well,
look, if I got rich, I ain't got no worries in the world. He's just fine.
Exactly.
I am such a non-motivated person by money.
Shit, give me some. I'll be a motivated motherfucker.
I'm not motivated by
Here's
money.
Joey. That's probably why I'm in sales. So yeah. Jay Mr. knows it. Oh, podcast called Rajay. We can agree to disagree. But I am cool with the way I say shit, so people will vote for my opinion over yours. Oh. Hustle and flow. See, I finally got down to it. And thank you for the membership. It's just I could not have it coming. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to call you there. I'll call you Vlad. So I guess.
Yeah, because if
there's a nickname you prefer, but I appreciate you being here and joining the membership. We should all give all Brittany's money to Rajay. She would definitely know what a good VIP was all about. She would. I can advise her. I got securities licenses, so I can handle her money for her. Do better than her dad trying to screw her.
Oh, what a fucking shithead!
You can't pick your parents though. So I mean,
right? Yeah.
I remember when we were kids. Well, I'm older than you guys by a little bit, but different strokes. When Gary Coleman was getting robbed by his parents.
Oh yeah.
They were taking his money.
Yep.
I lived a lot of good shit in my early 20s, but you don't know my fucking name, and I have no gold medals for drinking whiskey. You should have gold medals for drinking whiskey, though. There should be some gold medals for whiskey drinkers. What if the Olympics had drinking events? How awesome I mean,
a lot of people would die.
Like Beer Fest, like the movie Beer Fest, there's a festival for the Olympics of drinking. That would be awesome. You'd have like
badminton's a sport. It's coming.
Probably.
Badminton's already in the Olympics.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Badminton is a sport.
So beer drinking is coming
next.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I thought breakdancing was this year, but it's actually 2024 is the breakdancing is going to be part of the Olympics.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right. So what are you going to do about that? It's,
I mean, but breakdancing I feel is more talented than badminton. I can't breakdance.
But they're doing breakdancing. Are you doing pole dancing as well? Because that's a big thing now.
No, I can't do that either. But
but if she could.
Still time to train.
And it was like this little 3-year-old girl, and she was watching pole dancing, and she's like, she's so strong. She's so strong. Her hands are so strong. Like, I'm like, that's right. Like, those bitches are strong.
Oh, they're definitely strong. Yeah, they're definitely strong. So the top play baseball? Nice. Yeah, top play baseball in college. Yeah.
I used to go and watch him play all the time. The tightest ass in those baseball shorts.
Yeah, back in the day. Then all shit just went.
And well, I mean, we both.
More
And
beers,
it's
you know.
fucking legs.
Yeah.
His
Baseball
legs
became
were
softball.
His legs were rock hard.
All right, bourbon. Cheers, my friends. Got to drop tomorrow's the day before the weekend. Yeah. Friday tomorrow will be the start of the weekend. I'm so ready for it. TK in the house. Cheers, TK. Good to see you, my friend.
What's up, TK?
TK is actually just north of us in Ohio, up in the Findlay area. So he gets some of the beers that we get sometimes in the cross intersection there. He's got a good beer channel as well. I'm cool with being rich, right, Skip? Right? I'm fine being rich.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't want to be, but I think I would be like, it would make me happier.
I'd be pretty damn happy. I'm just saying,
You probably would be. You just don't think you would be.
Yeah.
I think I would worry about shit I don't worry about now.
But I can see Shannon like having the money, and then like all of a sudden she'd have a good sized house or something like that, and she'd have a cleaning person. But then she could down there help the cleaner person because she would feel bad.
Oh, absolutely. I'd be like, I feel so bad. Why are you doing
She would feel guilty for actually having a cleaner person.
No,
I totally would.
no, Rod, she totally would. Only I say that because one time a person she worked with
2 times, yeah.
was trying to make some extra money or whatever. She needed some money or something.
Yeah.
So she was trying to clean houses. So she was like, "Oh, you come clean her house." She freaking cleaned the whole house for the lady even come to clean the house.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, well, I can't have her come in. I'm like, that's what you're supposed to be doing. What are you doing? So I was like,
I just
so
feel
basically
like,
you did everything and you're just going to give her the money.
yes, because I feel like.
No, I know. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's what
She was just gonna sit around the house like Florence on the Jeffersons, like he's already clean. I got nothing to do.
Yeah. And then like 20 minutes later, okay, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean that was the point of the story. Was
Right.
She totally would do that.
Yeah.
For sure.
I could never just. Yeah. No. I'm a helper. I'm such a helper. Like. I don't. Yeah. No. I'm a helper.
I mean that's fine. I don't
know. Give me the dollars and I'll give it a
I
good
know you
one.
did.
should have
Yeah.
gave her the money and just
Yeah.
like
We sat out back and smoked cigarettes together.
Say Merry Christmas.
probably did that anyway.
The Renaissance doesn't say how old the IPA, but it's cold enough. Robust Fuggles IPA with a lime kick of kiwi hops, 8 to 10 weeks, I'd say. Wow, and this says best before January 3rd, 2022. Nice. Got some time on that one.
Sun.
Yeah, no kidding.
God, I
What's
haven't
up?
heard sun in a while.
We got Rick in the house. Cheers, homie. Rick's actually down in Mexico, I believe.
Nice.
Low, just passing through my last week of Ranger. He's got a great channel for cooking and stuff too. So if you don't have Rick's Barbecue and Specialties, another great food channel to definitely check out. So how y'all tonight? We are doing well, just kind of kicking it as we go through here on a Thursday night, drinking some beers and relaxing. Actually drinking the Big Little Thing IPA right now. That's what I got.
So do a lot of stuff like on the smoker and stuff too, or
Yeah, he's got the smoker grill and everything. So he's got like I don't know if you got like a restaurant, Rick, as well. I know you're always like on Mondays your day off when you're kind of talking on the channel, but he's got the full layout and stuff. So
nice.
I feel like Rick's the real deal too, just because it takes me back to watching Roger on the cooking show, the Man Fire.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, yeah, they took this one and they built this out. Like, oh, they're serious about their game because they built this grill. He's actually back in San Antonio, he says now. So nice.
Okay.
San Antonio is definitely a city I wouldn't mind visiting at some point. Been in Houston. The in-laws are in Dallas, so been in Dallas. But
San Antonio was cool.
That and Austin are my 2 spots I would go to Texas to visit again if I was down there.
We actually, I went there for work one year, and actually she was pregnant with our daughter at the time.
Yeah.
So it's been, so she's 16 now, so 17 years ago probably.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty cool. The river walk and Alamo, of course.
Yeah. I've seen that. Like, I've seen the river walk and stuff like that, watching the NBA game when San Antonio used to go to the championship.
Yeah.
They would show like the little clips and stuff. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, the river walk was pretty cool. And we stayed at a hotel that was kind of on the river walk. And then to come find out, she was like, where's the Alamo at? To look out our window, and it was like right across the street.
Oh, wow.
But then come find out they only could build the hotels and stuff so tall, so it wouldn't cast shadows over onto the Alamo for people taking pictures or whatever. They want it to look like it's, they still want it to look like it's out in the middle of nowhere, basically.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
everything
so-
around it's like, can only be so tall, or if it's tall enough, it can't cast a shadow, onto the Alamo itself. It was kind of like one of the stipulations of the deal. So that's why we thought it was like, okay, the Alamo, that's not anywhere close. It was like, okay, it's right across the street. Like, you might make any sense.
No, that's pretty interesting. Tucson has zoning like that. There's no Alamo obviously there, but you can only build a building. I think 1 or 2 floors is the max, and they have to be like they're like long buildings, but they're not tall. They have like a zoning thing out there, which is weird.
That's kind of the way it was Tucson. There too. Like, even the hotels weren't really that tall, for a big city or whatever.
Yeah,
it's kind of neat. Yeah,
it always looked like a pretty cool city, and he said San Antonio is as close to being a Mexico as you can get. # Mexico light.
I do remember that a little bit.
Yeah. Mexico. We went to Cancun. We had a blast at Cancun. I feel like Cancun though is kind of like the tourist type area. I mean, we were at the resort. We didn't really leave the resort and everything. But then again, I see some of the stuff on the news sometimes, and I'm like, do you really want to leave the resort in Mexico? Like, you end up in the wrong spot. Like, all kinds of shit happens. So
I have a friend and his wife and his mom and father-in-law, stepfather-in-law, whatever you want to call them. Mm-hmm. They have a condo in Mexico. It's in La Mujer. Have you ever heard?
I have. I've heard of that. Yes.
It's like a boat ride across from Cancun. It's like its own island. Like, I don't even think it's like 1.5 miles or something long or something. They have a condo, or not a condo, but they have like I don't know, maybe it's a condo, apartment type building that they bought years ago. And he's like, oh, you guys can go use it anytime you want to. Just let me know. It's like, all right, we haven't been yet.
That'd be cool to get down to.
He's like, yeah. He's like, I'll write out the instructions. It's easy to fly into. Just catch a ferry from Cancun across to the island, and it's like it's good. Good to go. I think like the Mexican naval base or something is there.
Yeah.
It's like nobody, you don't have to worry about anything. Like it's no, riffraff or anything like that. He's like, it's a super chill place to go. I was like, hell yeah, I'd totally do that. Especially if you can stay there for nothing, and all you got to do is take a vacation and pay for your flight. Or whatever you spend while you're there,
Yeah. Well, here's something cool that I saw earlier. So, the last few weeks shared some nice, funny, like, commercial stuff there that I found and stuff. I feel like this will be the ultimate, like, thing if we could ever have something like this for guys.
Is on the blink a bit this morning. Just going to pop down the shed and take a look at it.
Where are you off to, Dale?
Oh, I'm off to sharpen the mower blades.
You need another beer?
Do you know how to fix that? No.
Hi, John.
Dave, Barry.
Hi, Mark. How are ya?
Boys, how you going? Just a little bit longer.
That's a good part right there. Stay a little longer.
Would that not be the best ultimate shed to hang out? The overseas commercials always get me on some of the stuff they have there.
That was good.
Razor, that's Sierra Nevada beer. New one, or is the one they released a year ago with a different label? No, this one came out, I think, earlier this year. It's the Big Little Thing IPA. So it's their Imperial IPA at 9%, not the Little Hazy, which is the other one. That's the green can. So I think it was earlier this year when that came out. It reminds me of the tunnels in Mexico. Hey, I watched the Mayans now, which I can't wait till the Mayans comes back, which is like September. And they have the tunnels in Mexico on that show.
We need to get back into that.
Yeah.
I've been trying, but she said I don't want to watch it. I don't
No,
understand what's going on.
I need to like get back.
It's so good right now. And what you call is back in September. Yellowstone.
Yellowstone, yeah. It's supposed
That
to be
comes back.
this month.
The first
I
episode's
didn't watch
supposed
the
to be
trailer
Rick's
yet.
Revenge.
I didn't watch the trailer yet. I'm trying to stay away from it. Walking
me
Dead
too.
is back. Walking Dead is back this Sunday to start the final run of it. So I feel like I'm at the last punch on the sub card. I can finish it all out, and then once it's done until the movies come out.
It's probably one of those you're like, glad this shit's over with.
It is. I was like, I have to finish it to the end. I was like,
I don't get that.
See, I'm the same way.
I was
It
in,
doesn't
I was
get me at
out,
all.
I was back in, and once I'm back in now, it's like I'm here. It's almost at the end. But let me tell you, a show that I just watched the last 3 or 4 weeks on Showtime. City on a Hill. I don't know if you've seen that. It's Kevin Bacon. Oh my God, it's gripping
Never
from
even
the
heard of
Pretty
it.
good.
first to the end. Yeah, and I was usually I'm a fan of watching like Kevin Bacon movies. I think he's a pretty good actor on stuff. He plays this role so much, you just like want to punch him through the TV set. Like City on the Hill, great gripping
City on the
thing.
Hill.
Yeah, it's based in like in Boston. It's actually executive produced by Matt Damon and Affleck. They do that. They do this one, and it's basically set up against the whole racial tone of Boston and some of the things that go through. It's pretty gripping, and it's just like
7.6. I like to put it in IMDb and then I'll screenshot it so I remember to watch it at some point.
well played, and a show making a return. Which now I'm in a quandary. Do I go back and watch it because I've never seen the earlier seasons of it?
Fargo, or no, not Fargo. What the hell's where he kills everybody?
Yeah, Dexter's coming back.
Dexter, yeah, Dexter.
And I've never seen the other shows, but I always heard how good it was. So now I'm like, do I go back and watch that?
Starting that the other day.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I did. I watched the first season. They had it. I think it was already 2 or 3 seasons in on Showtime. It's WHAS here.
Yeah, we
It's,
watched the
ABC,
like.
maybe
Yeah.
something. Put it on regular network TV, like the first season.
Mhm.
They had like voiceovers.
They
and
cut all the
shit.
bad
It was
shit
all,
out.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. Like, how do you have I keep saying Fargo.
Dexter.
How do you have Dexter on like regular TV? Like, don't you know what this is? Like, hey, there's no way you could have that. It's like a 10 o'clock hour or whatever.
I mean, I love the premise. He's like going after the bad guys. I do love the premise.
Yeah, and I think they make them now. They try to cut them so they can go on TV later and kind of get around all that. So
yeah, but this was back when it was kind of the big show then.
Okay,
Yeah.
but did you ever watch 6 Feet Under?
I did until about season 6 or 7, I think. I
You
didn't
didn't
finish
watch
that
the
one.
beginning?
No, I watched it from the
You
beginning.
did.
I did up until
Oh.
I didn't finish that one. But he was on that too. Yeah. They had some quirky type stuff on that show. It was kind of interesting. Yeah. But he was on there as well.
Right.
Rick said, you know something cool, watching the Mayans, the cartel leaders, Galindo. Yes, that's my last name. And it was filmed at Cali, Mexico, which is where I was living. It was kind of weird. Cool. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, the ending of the last season, though, is kind of crazy. So I'm really on the edge to see what they do with the next one here when it starts up.
Go back and
I mean, I feel like if I watch like the last 3 episodes, because that's the thing, I forget shit.
well, you watch the last 3 and then we'll watch it.
You have to watch the build up of like season 2 and that kind of stuff. I mean, you have to.
because,
Season is it 2 or 3 they've done? I can't remember. This was their third season.
Season 3 is the new one, and we started watching.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm so fucking lost.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's only the second season that we've.
Oh
I
well,
don't think season 3's out yet, is it?
Season 3 is the next one, maybe. Maybe
Yeah,
I've
that's
only
what
seen
I'm
2
thinking.
seasons.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Season
Well-
2 is really it picks up like in season 2 a lot. Like from season
watched the
1,
first couple
it was kind of a slow
episodes,
build
like,
up.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
I'm
going on.
lost. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And we just stopped
but
watching.
see, that's what we were getting ready to talk about. You know how you were so far into The Walking Dead, like I
Yeah.
gotta finish, and I'm like, you know what? If I don't enjoy it anymore, I'm like, fuck it. I don't care what I've invested. Fuck it. I'm not in anymore.
Well, that one I
Yeah.
did bounce.
But he
out
does
on
that, and
it.
I'm like, I'm not enjoying. Like,
Well, I mean, 6 Feet Under, I fell out of that because it hit a spot for me. But
I know what you're saying.
The
though.
Walking
You know,
Dead got to a spot and it was
the
picked
last
up
season
again.
or so, you're like, I already put in 8 years of this. Why not watch the last season?
Yeah.
See what happens. See where it finishes or whatever. But I mean, I bailed on 6 Feet Under about 3 years ago. So I mean, not 6 Feet Under, but Walking Dead.
Yeah.
About 3 years ago. So
Yeah, no, I'm just like I'm all about like I'm not enjoying it, I'm out. That's my motto in life. I'm not enjoying it, I'm out.
yeah, but how do you ever enjoy anything? Because you watch a new series every other night.
Because it feels
You
good
don't-
while I'm doing it.
You don't give it a chance to even get good.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like, now I'm done.
They got their chance. They didn't pull me in. I'm out.
Start something else instead. Okay, this is good too. Well, let's watch this. Well, what about the other one we started?
Gilbert says, "I've yet to commit to Yellowstone. Commit. It's a good show.
Mhm.
It's
See, I
it's a
don't
good
feel,
show.
I feel like Yellowstone is more like enticing to a woman than a man. I'm like, it's got a good story, but like I get why it's enticing.
Why do you think it's more enticing to a woman?
That's what I was going to say. I don't.
I mean, with all the violence,
awesome.
the violence and the stuff that happens. Well, you're saying from looking at the man on there, because you're thinking of more of a male cast. I'm thinking of more of the action that takes place. with
Oh,
the
I love
characters.
that
Yeah,
too.
Storyline.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't give a shit about.
I mean, it's everything to me. It's the action, the story, but the fucking men too are just like all of like you all have is Beth, and I mean that's a lot. Like Beth is fucking badass. Oh, and
Where's that?
Monica is fucking badass. I love
Yeah,
Monica.
yeah, she's better than Beth.
Yes, I mean you get the soft and the hard with Monica and Beth.
What about the one that's got the one you can't hardly
Oh,
understand?
Teeter. Oh, I fucking love.
What
Teeter.
about Jimmy's girlfriend? She's a freak.
Who?
When Jimmy went to rodeo and he hooked up with the.
Oh, I mean she's hot, but she's not got any substance. Like Beth and
Why you know
Monica.
these guys have any
Oh,
substance?
Rick's
I mean-
got substance. Monica's husband's got substance. John Dutton's got substance. Like,
That's 3.
yeah. Well, you got
Yeah,
2.
we just-
I got 3.
We just named 3.
And
So.
Teeter is like fucking like. I
Teeter.
love Teeter.
Yeah, but I bet she's hot though. Like she's trying
Well,
to
she's
play.
obviously hot.
She's trying to play like she's not. You know, make her look like she's not.
Oh, she is. Yeah, she's hot. She's
She's like,
just like fucking nailing that black guy, and she's like trying to like sexually assault him, and he's like, and then finally he gives in.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah,
That was.
yeah.
you only
No,
turn it
but-
down for so much. He's like, I gotta
Well,
do it, man.
Then he was so kind. Like
Yeah. Rick says he
He's
digs
like-
Yellowstone, but the chick Beth reminds him of his ex-wife, Freaky Scary Beth. Yeah.
Mm.
Beth will be the one that cut your balls off in the middle of the night for sure.
fucking
Like, you
wish
would
I
not
had
want to
it.
cross
no
her.
shit.
I wish I had a little bit more Beth energy.
You're too nice to be a Beth.
Beth energy?
I don't think you could ever be a
More?
Beth.
No, I didn't say more. You
I just
said more.
No, you don't think I have any Beth energy?
No, but you
You
just
just-
said you wish you had more. I was thinking.
No, I wish I had a little bit of Beth energy.
Oh, you said more. Yeah, you said. I don't think you got Beth in you. I think you're too nice to be a
Oh,
Beth.
Just because you
There's no way. You're more like a Monica than a Beth.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay. You're not
No, I
gonna.
said you might have some. You got a little bit.
Yeah.
You're more of a Karen type person and stuff, you know.
What?
More of a Karen type thing,
Yes,
like
I
she is.
am. I am, but yeah, I mean, I'm just not gonna. Yeah, I do feel like I'm a little bit more Monica, but I'm not quite Monica.
Yeah.
But
Combination.
Although, when we start drinking in the mouth, you could be more like, what's her name again? Teeter?
Teeter.
Teeter. She could be more
Oh, I
teeter.
love
When we start drinking, she's more like a teeter.
You very well could be.
I'm totally more Teeter than either one of them. Yes.
Teeter, don't hold back.
If Rod starts putting up subtitles, then you might know.
Oh,
Yeah.
You done went there.
Yes.
Oh, all right, Rick. It was great having you in, brother. Have a great night. And y'all check out Rick over on his channel as well. And he does have the food truck and stuff too. So he's done, like I said, he does some really good cooking and some good stuff. So check him out down there.
Do food trucks.
Skip said thoughts on the draft. I've only caught bits and pieces of it. I was trying to see if Wichita got drafted because I think he went too early from WVU. The Imperial Neapolitan, very nice. Saget talk. McBride, I was gonna see if McBride got drafted because they were thinking maybe towards the end of the first round, but I just think he left too soon. We also had our center leave, which I think he left too soon as well. So It'll be interesting. But right now, we're trying to figure out what conference we're going to be in a couple of years. The way things are going.
Yeah, it's going to come down to like 4 main powers, and there's no NCAA anymore. That's what's going to happen.
I think we might be more heading towards the ACC. I think the ACC is a better fit for us. I don't think we'll get the Big Ten. But I heard someone say American East, and I'm like, oh, geez, I hope not. Or American whatever the American, that A thing where UC's in. I'm like, we do not need to go to that conference. That's really a big step.
But know what Cincinnati's in or whatever?
Yeah.
Or is that Conference USA or whatever?
No, it's like American something conference.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I think we should go to ACC. I think UC should go to ACC as well, which would be a nice regional matchup. And then we'd have Louisville, because Louisville's ACC. We'd have them. We'd have Notre Dame and Indiana as well.
Yeah, but I heard like Notre Dame could be a possibility to go to the Big Ten.
Yeah, hopefully they get their ass kicked if they go.
Depends on.
Yeah.
Notre Dame really depends on football and what they'll allow for their NBC contract. Because that's where they get all their money at.
Right.
For NBC. But I don't know. They're talking about Kansas joining the Big Ten, maybe. Pac-12 done. It just depends on where everybody goes.
Everybody falls out to, yeah.
The Big 12, yeah.
Well, what do you think about all the endorsement deals that are available now, the NIL or whatever? That I think it's pretty cool. I know Saban pissed me off the other day talking some shit about. I just saw,
wasn't it
one of the players like
QB who hasn't even played a snap yet? It's getting like $800,000.
Yeah, that's what Saban tried to put out there. I'm like, what do you care? You're getting paid millions to sit there and coach these guys, right? So yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's a big thing now, but I think it's going to die down some. I don't know that it's going to be that.
Well, some people are worried it's going to favor some kids going to some schools over other schools, I think.
Well, too, I mean, and it very well.
I mean the deal should follow the kid wherever the kid goes, but.
It probably will. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. For instance, somebody recent that went to, I don't know, say somebody goes to, let's just say Iowa, for instance. Like, they're not going to get anything in Iowa. Maybe they're a 5-star, top 5 talent or something. Kentucky or, I don't know, somebody big, that comes along and be like, okay, we come here, we'll get you X amount of dollars plus all the endorsement deals or whatever, Sure, that's true. I mean, that very well could come into play. Or, not necessarily North Carolina or Duke or whatever the case may be, I mean, it very well could be. I don't know. Like, I feel like for the longest time, they did away with some of the, like, college basketball games, because of that image likeness thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, let them make money off of that. If you're going to use their jersey, use their hometown, but use somebody else's name, even though if you're a fan, who that.
Well, you knew who the player was when you were playing.
You knew they were.
Yeah.
Give them money for that. That's fine. But yeah, it's definitely a shady gray area for makes the bigger schools. Like a Texas in football or something.
Yeah, but I mean, the schools aren't throwing money at these kids. It's other people or other companies.
Well, no,
are.
Yeah. Saying, like the boosters or whatever behind those. I don't know. I'm still so early. I want to see how it's going to play out.
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting to see, though. I mean, definitely can make a difference. I mean, think about when you were playing baseball. If you could have had endorsements thrown your way from some of the local spots or something like that and everything. You never know. It could have made, a difference.
I mean, let them make money on jersey sales or whatever the deal might be. Give them a percentage on that or something. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. I mean, some of the guys like at IU are doing like cameos or something. Let me give $100. I'll tell you happy birthday or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the guards. He was a freshman this past year, but he left school early, so he's an early freshman. He'll still be, I guess, a freshman this year because of the COVID stuff. Right. But he's like got an online account where you can play games with him on like PlayStation. But it's like $500 for an hour or something just to play and chat with him.
Huh.
I mean, would you play Call of Duty for $500 with a college kid or something?
I mean, I wouldn't, but if it's something,
No,
if he was like,
yeah, you and I wouldn't, but I'm sure there will be people out there.
oh no, I was gonna say if I had something like, if I was like, say he was going to be considering going to WVU, and I had a kid that was a big fan of the player or whatever, and it's a way for me to throw back some money to the player's pocket if I could afford it. Yeah, I would let my kid play with him for an hour and throw $500 his way. Show some support. So yeah. So I mean, depending on the situation, I can definitely see where that would work out and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Or I might do it myself. Like if there was stuff that I wouldn't, depending. I mean, it's kind of weird how it has to be all handled and stuff. I'm sure, but because I'm thinking the money, I thought the money couldn't go directly to them. I thought there was a way that has to be set up, but I haven't fully looked into that part of it.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the actual rules are on that.
But I think it's great that the kids are getting rewarded because the schools have been banking millions off of those kids for the longest time.
Oh yeah. I agree with that 100%. Like that should be something. Should be.
Yeah, like when kids can't get tickets to fly home and stuff like that, but the schools rake in all this money in them. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. Like I said, I felt like Saban tried to set up, so I don't know what he was going for in his angle, but talking about the one kid approaching like 7 figures or something like that. Like, so what? You're getting like $5 million or whatever a year coaching.
I know, like that doesn't affect him at all.
Yeah, you're getting like $5 million coaching, and we got like people that in the medical field trying to deal with COVID don't even get what you're getting. They're trying to deal with stuff. So
if nothing else,
yeah,
he could use that as a recruiting tool. Like, hey, I got this kid. He's making $1 million. Come play for me. You could do the same.
Yeah, he could, but I don't know if the NCAA wants him doing that. But yeah, it could be something that he can definitely put out there. It's kind of like
that way.
Like my kids get paid if they come play for me, but that's where I think it might get into a weird area for the NCAA.
Yeah, it's totally become more of a profession now than it ever has been.
Yeah, which
even though it was before, it was just kind of underground, and the kids didn't get paid for it.
I mean, you look at
like sports, Ron.
Did what?
Does your wife like sports?
Oh no, she can't stand sports really for anything.
Would you like her to like sports?
It wouldn't bother me. I mean, if I'm sitting there watching a game, she'll watch it with me and stuff. But she's like, doesn't pay as much attention to it. She might ask a question here or there, but she'll usually do something on her phone or be reading something. It just doesn't interest her that much on sports. So
I hate sports. The only time I liked sports was when he played them.
Yeah. Yeah, even when we went to school, it was like she didn't really want to go to the West Virginia games and stuff like that and everything. She was like, "Oh, I'll just hang back here or whatever."
Going to the games?
I love going. No, I love going to the live sport. I do like to go to. I like, but not because I do.
She just likes people watching.
I love to people watch
the game.
I always have a good time, but watching it on TV now. But I love. We got engaged at Synergy Field.
Oh wow, nice.
It's not there anymore, but
yeah, the old field. Yeah, I think the last sport event she went to we were in college. We went to like homecoming game and we went tailgating and stuff. So she was plastered by halftime. She was like, "I think I need to go back to the room and lay down." I'm like, "It's half. What are you talking about? We're homecoming,
Yeah, where you going?
Yeah, so I had to walk her back and stuff and watch on TV when I got back to the dorm. But it was like, it's homecoming. We're partying here. What are you guys doing later? You can't control your alcohol. Yeah, we started partying at WU like 6 a.m. People were starting to drink and bonging beers and all kinds of stuff. And
yeah, that happens.
When the game doesn't kick off to like 12:30 or 1 or whatever, you're like,
yeah.
But you ever get a chance to tailgate WU? It is a fun time for sure.
No, I love going to live games. I was thinking the other day I would love to go to a Riverbat. It's not called the Riverbats anymore, is it?
It is Riverbats.
It's the
Louisville
Bats.
Riverbats. Oh, it's just the Bats now? Okay.
Yeah, I would love to go. But now I'm thinking COVID, like we had our things. Should I tell them about so I watched this TikTok and she was a Southern liberal, but they were calling them spreadnecks.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God. They didn't get the vaccine. No.
Gotcha.
So not rednecks, but spreadnecks.
Yeah.
So basically everybody's had the vaccine.
Well, yeah, and then one guy was like, last week we were heroes, and now we're super spreaders because we have a vaccine, but we can still get it, but we're
still
passing
spread
it
it
to the
yeah.
people.
Oh, that was
It's two different ones.
what's his name? Uh,
The muscle nurse guy.
no, I was talking about the guy who was in movies and stuff, famous guy.
Oh, Michael Rappaport.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, last
was
week we
calling
were
them-
heroes, now we're super spreaders.
Super spreaders. He said, now you tell me to get the vaccine. Now I get the vaccine. Now you're telling me I'm the spreader of the vaccine. He's like, what are you all trying to tell me? He's like,
But it's only spreading to the unvaccinated.
That's what she said.
Yeah,
Yeah. She's like, yeah, if you don't get vaccinated.
But that's the thing. I'm like, I got my vaccine, so I feel like I have the right to go out without a mask. But
Yeah.
now I'm about the kids. I'm like, well, the fucking kids can't get the vaccine, so I'm going to spread it to the kids, even though I'm not going to get that sick. It'll be like a common cold, but now I feel responsible for the kids. So now I told him, I'm like, I'm going to start wearing my mask again.
Kids, though.
Well, they take anywhere I go out, there's kids.
You go to
know?
Kroger or
Now I
something
feel
like
like I
that,
put the mask back on.
Yeah, I think some states are going to wear the mask now, regardless for indoor stuff.
Yeah.
And I
I'm
saw
like,
a couple of restaurants, so now you have to be vaccinated to actually go to a restaurant.
yeah, and that's the thing. I'm like, no, I got the vaccine so I could protect people, but now I'm like, I still feel bad.
My man Mitch.
Yeah, but you're still
everybody to do it now.
Yeah,
I
your
feel-
man, Mitch.
No, that's what they call him. He ain't my man, but
He ain't my man either. I'm in the damn state, but
you're right.
yeah.
No,
but I feel like the thing is, you're still, if you're vaccinated, you've done what you're supposed. I mean,
yeah.
we were never gonna get everybody to get a shot. And I feel like if you're unvaccinated walking around now, then that's on you, as Joe would say. Shout out to the Beer Patrol.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
on
yeah.
you if you had a chance to get it. Now that's not the same people as the kids or the people that are immune compromised because
Right.
they can't do anything. That's just saying people that could have gotten a shot and they
Right.
didn't do it. It's hard for me to find sympathy and empathy for them now.
No, I don't feel sympathy for the people
Yeah.
that could have and didn't.
Right.
I'm not. If I put a mask on, it's not for them. It's for the kids that can't get it.
Right.
It's for
Yeah.
the kids.
Yeah.
I showed
Yeah.
you that chart. I think was it last week or so. I know it was just Indiana, but of all the
Oh yeah, that was last week. We were
cases
looking
that
at.
were
Yeah.
spiked compared to the cases of like the vaccinated, it was like super small. Like it was not
Yeah.
even close.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, so you're vaccinated, you're not. Yes, like, and I'm gonna fuck this up. I promise you that. But it's like I told you that night. It's like, so yes, like 5 out of 6 or 3 out of 6 people that are vaccinated are gonna get it, or no, 6 out of 9 that are vaccinated might get it, but the 9 out of 12 people that aren't vaccinated are gonna get it. But you go further, and it's like the people that are vaccinated that come in contact with it have a lesser number of getting it, and the people I fucked it up already.
Yeah, I
but,
don't you know.
Yeah.
Lost me along
but
there.
it's basically saying yes, we're gonna get it, but we're not gonna spread it as much.
I was thinking of word problems back in algebra class, trying to figure that one
Yes.
out.
I knew you were heading, but I didn't know what the numbers were.
Yeah. I didn't even know
It
what
was something along. You was
yeah.
on the right path, but yeah, you're.
Well, and that's my cousin.
well,
Brandon.
no, tell them about the ones that you work with.
Yes, so I have, I take care. I'm in a dementia unit.
Right.
You keep them in the rooms. And so my boss was like, Shannon, I need you to come to my office right away. So I went in there and she's like, I just got this email. And like everybody's been all of I don't think I have one resident that's not been vaccinated. And she was like, I got this email. I need you to go test this married couple that are in a room together. Because
Right.
I got an email saying that they went out and they were exposed to somebody with COVID. And I'm like, okay. And I've been so lucky not had any on the memory care unit that have tested positive. And so I
Right.
went back there and I swabbed her and I swabbed him. Hers immediately came back positive. I'm like, motherfucker. And him negative. So 2 weeks later, we test weekly after this. And so I went back there. She's negative. Now he's positive.
Huh.
But
But
what
neither
was
one of them are like
how,
sick.
but how, yeah, that she wasn't sick.
You
but
would
how
have
old
never
was
known.
she? How old was she?
Like in her 80s.
So if before she got a shot, she probably would have.
She probably would have
died.
fucking died. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
she had the most thing she had was like the sniffles. Or
Yeah,
something
but they
like
said
that, maybe.
she's allergies. She's always had the sniffles. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But it's worse for her because it's quarantine. We have like a thing over the door, plastic with a zipper you know,
Yeah.
and it's like, now he's fucking got it. So now they're in quarantine for 2 more weeks. And that's worse on them than fucking COVID with vaccine.
Yeah.
Being stuck in a room for a month.
That's crazy. Yeah. Well, Gilbert, yeah, I don't think anybody of these people took communication classes that much in college. The whole communication thing is definitely that's what causing even doctors are having issues understanding all the stuff taking place. Like even they're like, we're not supposed to do this, we're not supposed to do that. And like the other day, Fauci was saying, no, Biden administration was wrong. Biden was saying that the science was wrong. And Fauci was like, no, the science wasn't wrong.
Right.
This is what happened. And it's kind of like, guys, get on the same page on stuff. Like,
Right.
that's why people are confused. And that's the whole thing. We're living in a petri dish. So this is how science works. People just don't usually see this because it's after the fact by the time people find out. But
Right.
the situation we're in, we have to get information out now. So that's why you're seeing all these changes taking place.
Right.
But for most people, it's like, what the fuck? Like, people on there like, wear a mask, don't wear a mask. He said, get vaccinated. I got vaccinated and I got to wear a mask again. Like you said, I didn't have to if I got vaccinated. So,
and I mean, and that's the thing.
And now it's the whole thing about the booster. Israel's already given a third shot for boosters.
Well, that's what Brandy asked me tonight. She's like, they're saying you might need the third booster. Are you gonna get it? And I'm like, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, Pfizer's saying.
My cousin never got the vaccine.
Yeah.
She had COVID. She wasn't sick because she's like 20. She's 30. She got in a room. She didn't pass it to her husband or her 2 children. And then he got it, not from her, but from his office.
Weeks later,
yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to fucking do it. I'm just like.
Yeah. The thing is, like, some people get it.
But they both got it. So.
Yeah, I mean, every Republican in their family actually got the vaccine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they have.
Which I'm shocked as shit, but yeah, they did.
I mean, some of these people are getting it, like if they're younger, and it's like, well, I got it, I had it, but I didn't have anything. But then it's like, you hear the other stories, or you'll see the other people that did get it that are younger. Like they had a guy on there had to get a double lung transplant or whatever, or something you were working. And it's
right?
like,
are you willing to take the chance?
Yeah, they're willing to ask. And I tell people, I said, here's the thing: what people don't realize. You're out there rolling the dice thinking you won't get it. And if you do get it, you go into the hospital, you don't die from it. Wait till you start getting the medical bills coming in. Medical is the number one cause of bankruptcy.
Yes, absolutely.
And wait till you start getting these bills coming in. You're going to say, was it really worth it? Because you didn't want to get a free shot that you're looking at this. And if you have to file bankruptcy.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
No, so a Facebook friend, she posted this meme.
What up, Jason? Yeah.
And she was like, okay, I'm going to cross this bridge. There's a bridge that's going over the water. 99%, 98%, you're going to make it over. Are you going to cross the bridge? Nope, I'll swim.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'll swim.
Some people are that way. Some people
I'm
are.
like, that's,
But at some points, you just can't talk logic with some people. So you have to let them learn. And I feel like as a culture, our country is used to, you have to beat someone upside the head for them to accept stuff at times. And that's just the way our country is sometimes.
Yeah.
It's got to be like, until they feel it in their own household, some people aren't going to make a move.
Exactly.
Right.
You're exactly right about that. Until it hits home.
Right. And that's our daughter. I'm like, I'm going to do it. But I'm also like, my daughter, I'm like, you know what? She's 16. I'm like, I'm not going to force you to do it. I want you to read about it. I want you to do your research. And I want you to make your own decision. And she got it. And I'm like, yes. But, I don't think I would let her go back because last year she did online school. I mean, I really don't think I would have let her go back to school because it's going to be a fucking shit show when they go back to school.
Yeah, some schools now are looking at doing the mask. In some states, they can't do it because the governors have said to mandate against the mask. It's going to be interesting. Some of the colleges are basically making you have to prove you had a vaccine to even come in.
So. She's been doing, she's in marching band, which we've said before, but she's started last week with practice and this week. She start school until next week, but during their marching, their practices where they have to wear a mask when they're not like playing or whatever, they still making them wear a mask or whatever, regardless.
Yeah. That's right. I mean, politics did get involved. I mean, politics shouldn't be involved because it's more of a health type thing, but
that's the thing.
Everything nowadays is political between the two parties and stuff. So
right. And I mean,
But
I
it-
don't make my decision based on politics.
No.
I just
But
follow.
I like-
I look at science and research the science and follow that. Yeah.
It's like a good, not saying all, but a good majority of the ones that haven't gotten it is because of comes to politics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is exactly it.
Yeah. It
Which
does.
It's
Yeah.
kind of surprising that
I
they
know.
got theirs and nobody,
Yeah, but
Well,
good
so-
for them because they didn't let that influence them.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean, there's some people are definitely that way, and
They should.
I just think it's funny when people start coming up like doing Nazi references and the Browns are like, "What are you like? This is totally like not even like, you talking about reach for straws." But yeah,
Yeah. But this is my thing. It's okay if so you're gay and you go to a bakery and they can say, "No, we're not going to do that." That's totally fine. But
Right.
then when you say you can't come in here without a mask, that's not fine.
yeah. The whole thing with that is kind of like people they don't have any mask, you don't have any shirt, they won't serve you. But because no shirt, no shoes, they won't serve you. But you're saying no mask, and now you're throwing up a fit or whatever. Like really, like there's health reasons why you do certain things certain way. So
Right.
and it's like if you don't like that place, then don't go to that place.
Right.
No one's
I have
forcing
no
you.
problem.
No one's forcing you to go anywhere. Yeah.
Oh, I did see this meme.
It's like one of the nurses, CDC nurses. I was listening to one of the news channels this morning. She was like, "Well, what's the difference in that? We had a no seatbelt, then all of a sudden seatbelts
Right,
become a law.
Right.
Now all of
It's
a
'cause
sudden,
of the health,
not all of
yeah.
a sudden, but then at one point where it didn't matter if you wore a helmet when you rode a motorcycle wasn't against the law. Now you're supposed, not that everybody does, but you could get ticketed for it if you don't. Like
Right.
now
Depending
that's
on
a
your
law.
state. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like, what's the difference in wearing a mask or whatever?
you still have a
It's
choice.
part
You just
of-
have to pay the price if you
Right.
don't.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's kind of what she was saying. Is like,
Yeah.
I just don't understand why people don't
Right.
want to
You still have a
get the
choice.
shot or do the mask or
Right.
whatever. Like,
We're not
Yeah.
saying you have to. We're saying if you don't, then there's a price. There's a consequence.
right.
Yeah. Cheers, my friend. What is going on, Michael? Cheers to all James Bondians. You watch
What's
a
up?
James Bond movie? Everyone is getting COVID at some point. It's the style cold. It's just in style cold.
It's the luck of the draw.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like the person earlier, like she said, if these people that weren't unvaccinated got vaccinated, we easily would be able to stomp this thing out now. So it's not
Right.
like we're going to get it if we get it because of some of the people not doing the vaccinations. But if everybody, of 100 million people, a third of the country basically were to do the vaccinations that are eligible for, these are all adults, not counting the kids, we'd be able to definitely reduce the numbers greatly.
Right.
And it's funny just because we're a country that has it to do it, but people won't do it. And all these other countries around the world that want to do it and they can't get it done.
Exactly.
It's just like that's
First-
American
world
privilege, right? That's
I
American
like-
privilege right there.
I would like to see a number, percentage, or a graph or something of people that have the flu shot, but refuse to get the COVID shot.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how many people that refuse to get COVID has the flu shot?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd
Yeah.
like to see like some sort of.
There are
chart
some people that don't get the
shows-
flu shot, but a lot of people do get the flu shot now. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
kind of at this point, like, what's the difference? Like, I know the severity is different, but I mean, it's a virus or it's a sickness or whatever, and the same where flu shot's gonna
Right.
doesn't prevent you from getting it, but it lessens the blow.
And yes,
Yeah.
Which is all the
exactly.
COVID.
Yeah.
Nobody said you get the COVID shot. You're not going to get
Yeah.
it. It helps reduce
Right.
the
Yeah, you're not going to
effects
go
of it.
into the hospital and go bankrupt.
That's why I like to
Yeah.
see, like, are the people
Oh,
that are
there's
saying
charts.
that don't get the COVID shot, are they not getting the flu shot, or is it like, oh, they're getting the flu shot, but we're not going to get the COVID shot? You know what I mean?
But then they'll say the flu shot has enough history behind it, probably.
well, I'm sure.
some of
I'm
those
sure
people.
that's
That's
what
like
they
people.
think.
That's the other thing that
I'm
people
sure.
think. People think this like I see people say, well, the history hasn't been there, and I'm like,
It has.
the history has been. We've been studying this for like 12, 14 years.
I was
Like
saying,
you
this
just
thing's not
you
like-
just didn't see. This isn't new. Like they just pulled it
Right.
off the
Right,
shelf.
yes.
Yeah.
And they're not. The FDA is not going to let this approve if they. Well, not necessarily it's been FDA approved, but they're not going to let it pass if it's truly
Right.
going to cause so much harm to everybody.
But and my thing is like, I mean, I don't think I'm a selfless person at all. But I'm like, yes, I will, and maybe it's my line of work. But I'm like, if something fucking happens to me, it happens. But if it's gonna happen because I'm trying to protect everybody else,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like you did the same thing too. You know, it's just like, because I was always like, I'm not taking it to work and killing a bunch of old people. I can't have that on my head, you know. So
Yeah. Right. You don't want to carry that
Yeah.
around. But it's like, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how this next thing goes because I feel like there's going to be a lot more of these upcoming shutdowns again that we're going to still be closing stuff down. Now, I don't think we'll fully close stuff down again, but I'm seeing it like the restaurant people that I mentioned earlier, where it's going to be more, if you're vaccinated, you can go into places. If you're not, there's going to be more businesses.
And I have no problem showing my vaccination card.
I don't either. I mean, right now,
Not me either.
I'm surprised the app isn't done yet because I know they are working on apps where people can have it just on their phone or whatever. But I have no problem doing that and everything like that. But I feel like that's where it's going to be kind of going, and people are going to be complaining, well, we should be able to get service too, even if we're not vaccinated. Well, you go to service where you can get it. And there are some places that are serving people that are unvaccinated. Like if you're vaccinated, they don't want your business,
And that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to go to those places.
Right.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Tell me who you are.
Yeah. So it is becoming kind of a vaccinated versus unvaccinated. But here's the thing. Vaccinated is 2/3 of the country. So if anybody gets knocked off, we're actually losing that lower third. So I'm okay with that if that's going to be the case.
Right.
I saw this meme. I didn't tell you about this, but I follow this group on Facebook. It's an atheist. I'm not atheist. I'm agnostic, but it's like an atheist agnostic.
We might be the same. I mean, I'm atheist. We might be in the same group somewhere.
Yeah. And it's like they were talking about Chick-fil-A, and he was like, "Our pickles never touch." Like, our pickles never touch. Like, it's fucking hilarious. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. But one of the things that was funny with the signs you were talking about is like, I see the signs now that a lot of people that are unvaccinated, my mind, my body, right?
Right, yeah.
But these are like, a lot of them are like, most of them are like, say, Republican, and a lot of them are religious side or whatever. But I say, are you going to say the same thing for the people that were pro-choice when they had their signs saying my mind, my body?
You want to tell me what you think I should do with my body, but we can't tell you what to do with yours.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny that I see more of those signs pop up, and I'm like, yeah, but you guys were against the people that were saying my mind, my body before when it was, pro-choice for women. So
Absolutely.
Which is interesting. Let me see here. In Ontario, around 60% of adults have both shots, and vaccine shopping shit is still around 100 cases a day, but hospital ICUs are empty to a point. Yeah, see, we have ICUs that are starting to fill up.
Yeah.
And we have, I think, overall, it's like 60% or 50 something of one shot.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, but I do what I do. I'm a science type person. I follow the science. I research. I read the stuff. And for me, it's like the stuff is there. So
I saw this other one, and it was like, I believe in science. And it's like, the science says, don't look at your phone. Don't look at your phone an hour before you get, nope.
Yeah.
Can't do it anyway.
Yep. I'm like, true.
Well, I saw one somebody had said a comment on one of their things, like, well, they were kind of one of the religious people, I think, and it was kind of like, well, if it's part of God's plan, it's part of, like, and the person was like, what if God intended you to have doctors to actually solve it? like maybe God gave you doctors to avoid these things.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so funny how, I mean, I'm sure I pick and choose.
Yeah.
But like with the phone thing, but it's
everybody does. Picks and chooses to a certain degree, but
I mean, because I kind of believe in things that haven't been proven, but I don't blindly believe.
Yeah.
Like zodiac signs and all that shit. Like I believe, but I'm also
like your zodiac stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
She does.
Did you tell her?
Her fortune cookies.
No, I was getting into palm reading. I was looking at all this.
We did the palms a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but we did go to Our Lady, and I feel like I can. touch people. And I think I got had the other night because I was trying to read his zodiac sign and I got it wrong. It's like, well, I feel like if you hug me, you can tell. I think he just wanted to see I feel like he wanted to feel my boobs. At our wedding a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you didn't tell me about that. He probably was just trying to feel your boobs.
Yeah.
That's a smooth line.
Like, after I did, I'm like,
You hugged him?
Yeah, I hugged him. No, this was like the night I met all my friends.
Okay, you didn't tell me about that.
Yeah.
But I probably totally was just like, all right.
Yeah.
That's a smooth
Here,
line.
get close enough. Here, get closer.
Yeah. Maybe if you hug me, you'll be able to.
We'll strip down so we can get skin to skin.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Get a little more.
Get the full body action. Touch. Yeah.
And then I was like,
okay.
Maybe if you hug me, you'll feel my aura.
But I'm just like, I feel like I'm an old hag. I'm not an old hag, but I'm just like, I just felt like
Gullible.
Yeah.
Naive. I am a little naive.
No, you're a lot naive. A little.
That's on them, not me.
Is that your zodiac sign in the pocket? Are you happy to see me?
But I got 2 people right on the first try.
What their sign was?
Their zodiac sign. I held their hand. I'm like, I want to feel your energy. And I told them their zodiac sign.
Really?
Yes.
Guess what month they were born?
No, I didn't say the month.
Yeah, you did.
The first.
So the one that was my friend, you did.
Yeah, that first time I was just like, no. The second I asked questions, like it's not fair you're asking me questions.
Did they show you their ID to verify?
No, well.
No, the second guy I guessed right though. I said Scorpio, and he pulled his shirt over and he had a Scorpio sign tattoo.
Oh wow.
Yes.
I said, all right, $20 a person. Forward.
I feel
I was like, okay, never mind.
I feel a Miss Cleo table coming to Lady of Perpetual
That's
Hops.
what I said. Like,
yeah.
Coming to a carnival near you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we did do one of the bartenders at the brewery we go to, where we were at. She does like tarot card reading.
Yeah.
We did
The
that.
bartender does?
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
kind of starting getting into it.
I make friends with the bartenders. I love the bartenders.
Bartenders are good people to make friends with. I'm just saying. Yeah. As a former bartender and one that has friends that are bartenders.
Well, that's the thing. We go to Our Lady, and I'm like, God, I think on my days off, I should come up here and be a bartender. Like, I would have so much fun.
You probably would. You'd be great for the people coming in. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if you'd have as much fun if you wasn't hammered. And you can't be hammered while you're bartending.
Well, you can drink.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I told the
you
owners.
can drink, but then you'd be hammered, so you couldn't. That wouldn't work out for you.
According to Bar Rescue, you shouldn't be drinking while you're working.
So, like,
Well, she's the one. Well, she's not the only one, but yeah.
but she's hammered.
Well, yeah, she can probably handle it better than you can.
Probably.
That's
the bartender said she was afraid of me. Could you ever see Rod? Could you ever see somebody being afraid of me?
No, was she afraid of you because?
I don't know. She said that I intimidated her.
You probably knew it. Well, you might have been loud and stuff, drinking and stuff too. Maybe.
I mean,
You knew everybody. I mean, I don't know. You weren't yelling at anybody.
No. Well, so one thing, I think this might be the thing.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. So we were there, my daughter, because any age can go there. And I am the most non-confrontational person, except for I do have triggers. And so we were standing there talking, and this guy came up and rubbed up against my daughter's friend.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And I like beelined it to the thing, and I'm like, and Nicole, the one that's intimidated by me, said, like, even before I was there, she was just like, no more. And then I told his friend, I'm like, your buddy over here. And then he was like, my friend just died and all this shit. And I'm like, well, I'm not trying to like start a fight. I'm just saying, like, it's your man, like, because shit's going to go down, Like,
Okay, do you want to lose two friends? One to death
yeah,
and one to
right,
prison
because I'm going to
for
fucking kill him.
underage?
Because I am a 0 to 100 kind of person. Like, I'll fucking take you down. Like, if you're in my, like, I'm a protector, but yeah.
So you're saying you went 0 to 100 real quick?
Not real, no, not real quick.
The steady pace, I think.
No, that
Little
night,
little Drake.
I'm all or nothing. I'm like,
Must have been though.
she's a
'cause
child.
She wouldn't have been afraid of you.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't even say anything to her. She just
No,
saw
I know.
the
but
interaction.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I look at the trade. The Phoenix Suns are trading the draft rights to Sharp to the Nets. 32nd pick in
He's cute.
Jeremiah Robinson Earl. That ain't him now. That's fan. That guy. There he goes. Villanova.
Low battery.
See, Gilbert said he's mixed. You got the Pfizer and Moderna. Walking
Pfizer.
vaccine study. I'm surprised you. I thought you weren't supposed to mix them, but I guess you could. I guess I don't know
No. Oh,
because they got two Pfizers.
really?
Yeah. Maybe in Canada they allow them to mix them. Then
You get both shots of each.
One of each.
Eric?
one of each.
No, or
Yeah.
just one of each.
Yeah, you got one of each.
Well, see, that's my thing. I'm worried because I got mine in December, and I'm like, it was new, so like, how long does it last?
You got December the first one, and like the
Plus-
second one like in January or something.
I got my first December the 21st because I'm a nurse, so it was like
Yeah, you were
I
that
was
first wave.
in
Yeah.
line.
Well, I saw something today.
Yeah.
They were saying the Pfizer, if you got the Pfizer, it decreases every so many months. Then it goes drops down. Was that what you're talking about?
Yeah, so I'm like, and that was Brandy. She's like, well, they think you might need it. I'm like, I'll get a third.
Well, if you got the second one, like probably in January,
But why do I?
Yeah.
so you might be around the third because it's July, so it's like 6 months or something. I think they were targeting.
Yeah, I mean, I've
before.
had
Why-
mine for like, what is this? Almost 9 months.
Did she get
Yeah.
the flu shot?
Who?
Brandy.
I don't think she's against it. She just had it, and I think she thinks she's immune now.
But she's
Well,
not.
I'm
They
talking
found
about
out that you're
flu
not.
shot.
I don't know. She got the flu
I'm
shot.
saying you got to get the flu shot every year.
Right.
So what's the difference in getting?
It might not be. Nobody knows. You might have
No,
to get it yearly.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, why is she making a big deal about it now? Because you're gonna get the third one. Well, do you get the flu shot?
Well, she didn't come across that way. She was just asking me. She was just like,
Well, no, I know. I'm not
Yeah.
saying she was, but I'm just saying.
I'd rather have been scary than have respect.
part of it.
Probably. Maybe. She
You're
might.
getting the third. You're gonna get the third one.
I'll get as many as I need to.
But I'm saying, like, when people get flu shots, you gotta get it every year. So what's the difference? I don't
I'd
understand.
rather be scary than have.
You said rather be scary than respect it.
I don't want to be scary.
CB says time for another shot.
I'll get another shot.
Shot.
Well, they were looking
What?
before. Originally, they were looking
Oh,
like maybe like
hey.
6 months out or
We're
so.
friends on Facebook.
Mhm.
He just
CB?
sent me-
Yeah,
he just sent me
buddy.
a request, and I was because I get a lot of requests from guys, not necessarily sometimes girls, and I'm like, they got like 3 friends, and then I was like, oh, well, we're mutual friends with you guys. Like, okay,
Yeah, I was having for
Yeah.
this.
yeah,
Yeah, Buddy's got some good stuff there. Yeah, side by each is what you got, Gilbert. You get Johnson & Johnson for the third one. They call it a trifecta.
I'm not. Johnson and Johnson can't even do baby powder and body wash.
What was the lawsuit they had? Wasn't that on their baby powder? They had stuff in there or something. Wasn't that Johnson & Johnson?
Yeah,
It had like
Johnson &
the
Johnson.
claims.
That's when they
The
stopped
claims.
doing it all
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
And they came
yeah.
out with like shampoos just a little bit ago, like cancer
Yeah.
causing.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't like your healthcare products. I ain't getting a shot by you for
Yeah,
nothing.
no.
Yeah.
Like, y'all can't even do that right, eh?
Yeah, I'm not doing Johnson and Johnson.
Make sure they get your shot. One shot at that one shot. It's gonna
Right? Yeah,
cure it all.
yeah. I'm not doing Johnson. And Johnson.
Skip said, "How much donation for a shot from all of you?" Well, I got a shot here.
What
He
kind
always
of
trying to get us.
shot?
He's trying to get us to do shots. He always likes us to do shots. We can go to work in the morning.
Yeah, no kidding. That could be maybe not this Saturday, but that could be a Saturday night thing.
Yeah.
What?
Shots.
Shots.
I can't do shots. I'll be out in an hour.
Yeah. Well, I'll be back on tomorrow night to do a beer review. I'm doing
No,
the beer
we
reviews
need
on
to do the
Friday and
question
Saturday.
again.
Well, that's all on you because you're never around to do it with us.
I know. Well,
know.
COVID's coming back, so I'll be here every Saturday.
COVID's coming back.
Yeah.
That'll be the name. That'll be the name of the show. COVID's coming back.
If you're home and nothing
No.
else, don't want to go out.
We're playing questions because COVID's coming back.
Yes.
That's right.
No, so the other night, Todd and I went to Our Lady, and then we came home. And I'm like, Todd, let's get the question book out. And he never likes the question book. We never fight, but he thinks it's going to start an argument. And we sat on the couch.
No, I like it when I get into
yeah.
it.
And then I'm like, you pick the questions. And we sat on the couch and he asked questions. We had such nice, like, conversation.
Part of that is just like to give you shit about it.
I know. But I never fight. It causes fights with other people.
Didn't say anything about fighting.
Yeah. Yeah. But we had good questions. Yeah.
Yeah, we could definitely look to do that.
I love
In
it.
the fall, we need to play some golf too hot now. Yeah, that'd be cool. CB's he's over like in West Virginia, so which is CB's like 2.5, 3 for me. Down Charleston area. Todd's an hour or so for me. You're 2.5, 3 for me, CB. So that would be cool.
Sometime.
I'm scary when you first meet me. 6'6", 260 and standoffish. I played up.
Are you a Scorpio?
I can't believe you're standoffish, Gilbert. Your personality.
And he's a cheesehead, so that's got to be scary in itself.
No.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Big old piece of cheese in his head. Yeah.
Rob, what is your zodiac sign again? I know I've asked you a million times.
What do you think it is?
Hold my hand.
Be like,
I'm feeling like just because it's in my head, it's probably not true, but I'm thinking you're a Gemini.
no
An
Gemini.
Aquarius.
No, close, but not Aquarius.
What's your sign?
Pisces.
See, I don't know much about Pisces. I'm feeling
That's
like
right.
Pisces and
Because we're
Aquarius.
secretive. We're
That's
secretive.
I feel like Pisces and Aquarius are a lot alike.
We're secretive. What are a water bear? And we're fish, so could be. But yeah.
But do you know?
I come from the water.
There's a big three.
I come from the water. What?
Which is the thing, like with me and Todd, I really didn't realize. And if it's like, just move on because this probably isn't interesting to a lot of people.
Yeah, next question.
Yeah.
I don't even know where she was going with it there.
No, you ain't got enough time now. It's getting too late to start this.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm Pisces.
Pisces. What was the old God? There was an old movie a long time ago.
Fish that say Pittsburgh?
There you go.
What is
Yeah.
It was the Pisces.
I loved it as a
You
kid.
knew where I was
Yeah.
going with-
The
you knew where
Fish
I
that
was
say
going with-
Pittsburgh. That was an awesome movie back in the late 70s or early 80s.
I loved that movie when I was
Yeah.
a kid.
I haven't heard of it.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, it was a classic like basketball
love that
movie. It was like, I guess it was kind of like a comedy type movie or whatever, but yeah, basically they were making a basketball team. They draft all these players that usually would not go together, but they're all Pisces.
Like
They
Bad
get them
News
all.
Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Dr. J was
That's
Dr.
James,
J was
yeah.
Dr. J was in that though.
Who was?
Dr. J.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, did you see the
They're
Facebook
pretty
video?
bad.
The Facebook video I shared earlier where Kareem schooled Dr. J. Did you see that today? I posted
Oh,
on
no, I didn't
Facebook.
see that.
Yeah, it was like back in the day. They don't do it now, but like in the 80s, they had a one-on-one game between Dr. J and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he crushed him. Like Kareem crushed Dr. J, like, and he was shooting threes. Like people always like don't
See,
give Kareem his due.
I always said when people do like who's your top 2 or 3 players, to me I always put Kareem like maybe.
Well, there's a reason why he's the leading scorer. I mean, he had moves, he could play. So
Yeah, I'm like I would take him over anybody now, even Jordan or LeBron or Kobe.
Yeah.
I'd probably take Kareem over anybody.
yeah.
To be
Plus
honest.
he kicked Bruce Lee in the chest. So you know.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna get a fight, like who else do you want on your team? Kareem. You
Put a big footprint on Bruce Lee's
Kick your
chest.
ass. And dunk on you. What else you
Yeah.
want?
It's like you're like 7, whatever. Why do you need to take karate? But yeah, you do.
Just because.
It always goes back to sports.
Sports make the world go round.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and get this baby wrapped down. It's 11:32, so Todd's got a big beer he's still trying to finish, it looks like, though.
Well, I'm sure we'll have a few minutes afterwards.
Yeah.
Or you can keep going. I don't care.
Let me
Just
see
trying to wrap it
here.
up.
My arm hurt so bad after the second shot. I played golf the next day and couldn't swing. LOL.
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
hurt.
the
It's
second
like
shot-
a tetanus shot.
Yeah,
See, the second shot didn't bother. I mean, at first and second, the second one, it felt a little fatigued, but it's like I could have played golf or something like that. It wasn't like I was down or anything. So
So you're calling Eric a pussy?
It sounds without saying it.
all right, cheater.
Yeah. We're wrapping it up.
But I don't know. I know some people struggle with that thing. I mean, I have one of my friends that I work with. She was like fatigued and out for a couple of days, pretty much. So, but like they said, your body should have some adjustment to it. And I was kind of like, did it take? Because I don't feel like I'm feeling anything. Like, so you don't even know.
Same
Yeah.
way. Everybody's like, oh yeah, it was you kind of feel like I never felt one ill effect other than my arm was sore from the shot. But other than that, I was like nothing.
It's psychosomatic sometimes too.
I mean, it could be. It could be.
And some people are just Aquarius.
Gilbert's
There you go.
Aquarius, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think part of it depends on your system too. So
Well, and that's the
How
whole
it responds.
COVID thing. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like it's so unknown. It affects some people so bad, and other people it doesn't.
yeah, I feel like growing up in New Jersey, I probably drank enough stuff that whatever gets in my
Yeah.
body,
yeah,
it's gonna have a tough
fight.
fight. Like, good luck.
Yeah, you're Gallagher.
You're Gallagher.
Yeah.
You're shameless.
You're
You're
immune to
Gallagher.
everything.
It's like Dave Chappelle. Got you now, bitch. Oh man, Dave Chappelle lives like an hour from where I'm at. I don't know if you ever knew that or not, but he's like an hour north of us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. His he's up like outside the Dayton area. It's Yellow Springs, and he has like I think like 10 acres or something like that. He has up there. I forgot what it was he said, but he's like he has it up there so he can smoke his weed and not bother anybody. So he's enough Laker where he can smoke
Right.
his weed and the smell won't get to anybody else, right? So
I'm so unproductive. If I smoked weed, I'd be like a rock.
what do you mean? You couldn't do anything? You just have to lay back.
I would just be like a couch cushion.
Are you the one that get like paranoid or anything? Like think people are
Edibles, yeah, but like
edibles? Will. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I could get any more relaxed. I already am a very
Couldn't do
relaxed.
that. couldn't do
You are
that.
pretty relaxed, yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I'm a very relaxed, chill person. So if I don't need to be any more relaxed or chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some stuff that you'll get it and it's
Yeah. I don't need any
I
more.
can say how much can I let you say on here in case someone sees this? So
Yeah.
I forgot
yeah,
I remember I
no.
told the story I was gonna tell, but there's times where it's like yeah, it can there's some stuff you can have and it'll be like
In 2 weeks.
it gets to you.
Yeah.
What's in 2 weeks?
What's 2 weeks?
Well, next week I'll probably have to work over, so I probably won't be on, but the next week I'll probably be on.
Oh well 2 weeks I won't be here. I'm gonna be
God
up in
damn
New
it, Ryan.
I'm gonna be up in New Jersey.
Well, we could do a live on Saturday. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, maybe.
You tell me where to be, I'll be there.
Well,
I'll
we got,
be there.
we got a beer
Like
fest.
Jackson 5.
Oh,
Oh, you got a beer fest. Nice. What beer
at
fest
the
is it?
museum. I saw it's like 50. I'm just not
You're
doing.
gonna go. You'll go.
You
tell
don't want
me
to go
where
to the you don't want to go to the beer fest?
Well, it's like
It's
50,
till 6 o'clock. Then we come here, and then we can
and I'll be
drink
packed.
more, and then whatever. And then the shit will be real on that Saturday.
Oh, it'll be
This
real.
is not real tonight.
That'd be a great
No,
day for
it'd
questions.
be
Great
more
night
stuff.
for questions.
Yes, yeah. It's a possibility. I mean, you don't have to go, but
Well, we'll see what happens.
no.
CB said Yellow Spring with a
Yeah,
fun
my,
time in the
no, my brother
70s.
won tickets. My brother won tickets on a radio show for 2. So like,
Oh,
I
nice.
think I'm gonna go with him, but we'll buy you a ticket and go.
I think,
You said you didn't want to do that, but
no, I mean it's $55.
for 3 hours of beer,
Yeah.
it's fine.
I mean, when you guys came to the beer fest,
some dollars at the brewery on a
That-
Saturday.
when you came to the beer fest up,
That's a true story.
when we went to the beer fest up here, it was the same amount.
Yeah.
Night fools keep the fluids up for the Rona cough, pussies.
Hey, EG.
Cheers, Gilbert. Yeah. Well, when you guys came up here, it was like 50 something. We went to the beer fest that time. So
It's about what they all cost.
I feel like, I mean, I'm not saying I don't want to go, but I'll be there. You want me there? I'll be there. I'll do whatever you want me to do.
she's ride or die.
I love him so much.
She's your ride. She's Santa's ride or die for you. Yeah. Yeah, because you said the Telspeak got canceled, right? So that's not happening this year.
Yeah. Which sucks.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of wondering. Like I said, we had our beer fest finally, which I didn't think we'd have a beer fest here. I thought it was going to be next year was the original goal, but things may get shut down again. So we just had the Foo Fighters here this week. They just played the concert hall. So that might get shut down. It'll be interesting to see in Chicago. Lollapalooza kicked off tonight. So,
God, I love some good music.
They're worried about
that. You
that
think I'm
being...
wild now? Like, if I got some good music, makes me feel stuff.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens there because all the people getting together, they're worried about that being a spreader event in Chicago. Because they have I think 50 60,000 people.
The Spreadnecks.
Not in Chicago, though. They're Northerners.
If they're not vaccinated, they're spreadnecks.
Okay. Just spreadnecks in general, no matter where they're at?
Yeah. Rednecks that didn't get vaccinated, they're spreadnecks.
Well, yeah, I agree, CB. About 4 weeks, we should see a spike. Yeah, we'll see a spike out of Chicago one, I'm sure. And some of the other stuff that we'll see. As long as the spike is after I come back from New Jersey, because I feel like go up there to deal with a bunch of stuff, but definitely got to keep the mask around. Pain from the tetanus shot lasts longer than 44. Other than that, pain in the swole heart, I'm fine. I don't remember a tetanus shot. I don't think I had pain from the tetanus shot, but it is a pain.
No,
I don't remember lingering pain, but as far as needles, tetanus shot is the worst one.
Tetanus shot. The only pain I've ever felt
I can't remember the last.
that's equal because, like, I had to get a tetanus. I didn't have my vaccine records when I went to nursing school, so I had to get the tetanus shot.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Exactly like the COVID.
Yeah.
But I'm a tough bitch, so I took it.
Well, I'm thinking the tetanus one. Well, now they do it like a regular needle, right? It used to be like a gun or something you had to use, but
it's not the needle; it's the medicine that hurts.
That hurts, yeah.
It doesn't hurt, just like the COVID shot. The needle doesn't hurt; it's the medicine in your arm afterwards that hurts.
Get some good extra masks just to have. Yeah, I actually got my own mask here that I got done on the beer stuff. So
yeah.
So if I'm gonna wear a mask, I might as well market the channel. So.
There you go.
Get the Rod J BeerVentures mask. You guys want to check them out? Check out the Zazzle store. But I kind of want to get the ones like Nike just came out with for the Olympic athletes. I don't know if you saw those or not, but they have the Olympic athletes. They came out with them and they have like ridges in the front because they did it for something.
Yeah.
And it looks like Bane from Batman, like the bad guy. I was like, I want one of the Bane masks to wear. Then I can talk like Bane.
Yeah. My masks aren't fancy. I'm like medical masks. I mean, I get them off of Amazon too. I had like a 50 pack in my glove box, and we'd go out and I'm like, y'all have your masks? I'm like, I got some. I got masks for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the cloth mask.
No, but I think it's charging, so.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got 3%, so we got to go.
Yeah, but to shut this down. So
I love you, Rod.
Thanks
you
for really
much. I had
too.
such a good time here.
Thanks for coming on as always, and thanks for everybody that watched and everything. And always fun. You're always welcome. So anytime you want to come on,
because I do ask Todd. I'm like, did you tell Rod I'm coming? Like, is he okay?
Why do you?
with it?
Well, I didn't tonight, but
You want to ask Todd?
Yeah, I'm like, is he okay if I come? Like,
you're always free to come on anytime you want. So you know, either Todd said no, I give you the pass. So
yeah,
you're right.
no,
My
feelings don't get hurt because I know I'm a lot. And if somebody's like, no,
Later,
I'm
CV.
like, it doesn't hurt my feelings. I know who I am.
I'm
Okay.
just the other guy, so it doesn't matter.
I'm just the other guy. Yeah. No, it's always good. But go ahead and sign off. because you guys are losing power anyway.
Yeah.
And we will look forward to catching up with you guys soon. And I'll be back tomorrow night, 8:45, Friday and Saturdays now, where I do live beer reviews. So I'll be doing a live beer review tomorrow night. Probably be another Bourbon County beer, I'm thinking. So make sure you guys come back for that too. That being said, we are out. Y'all have a great night. Hopefully a great Friday.